it's got gators in it.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
All right. You dusty Jermaines, you ashy Jeffries, and you dirty foot Jose's, which are multiplying faster than I can count. Back in for another one, punching the clock on a Wednesday with another request. I was requested to do this maybe a couple of weeks ago. And it does fit in, it's fairly common. It's about the collapse of the simp economy. The collapse of the simp economy. And the main feature is going to be what the Chinese men are doing over there in China. And we'll get into that in a moment. So let's welcome some people in. St. Sears batting first. Okay. Trail batting second. Move that runner along, Trail. Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore is normally a cleanup hitter. So driving a couple of runs, Shannon. Quentin. Clear them bases, Quentin. Gundam, what's up? Adric, what's happening? Hurricane Greg. There is the Waffle House King, Loki Stormbringer, okay? And his drones behind him. He says he's done with his course. Now I'm working on practice tests until I can keep a steady 70%. Then take the exam. All right, man. Join the rank of the employees, sir. Out of fool's way. Do you think we're going to have a civil war? Civil war for what, sir? Shannon Green, what's going on? Painless, what's going on, man? You still do Painless? You still actually do content, or you stopped? Instant Media, what's going on? Kevin, what's going on? Kevin was going off this morning, man. Kevin was going off on Rogers. Okay, yeah. Checking on the Roger report about why black men should black men get married. Kevin was going the fuck off. B. Quaid, what's going on? DJ Scan. Barry Hamilton, what's happening? Juicy Juice, what's going on? Chance, what's happening? Palm Beach Mike, what's going on? Melly Mel, what's going on? Anime Novice, what's happening? From Japan? Okay. Are you Japanese or are you black, bro? Chance, what's happening? Busy Mike. ABZ, Abs, what's going on? The Watcher. Okay, made it in. All right, cool. A6, what's happening? B-Row, what's up? Bang Bang, what's going on, Chance? Jay Cleveland, Jay Shabazz. Yeah, the Chinese men are showing us the way. Barry Hamilton, what's going on? Enigma. Michael. Langdon, what's going on? Langoon, what's going on? Oh, you got the cold ones. All right. What brand you drink? Mark Bryant, what's going on? Paul, what's happening? Espresso. Oh, you okay? You're going to talk about old Kamala? I don't know why people have a hard time accepting that. We are witnessing the most significant wealth transfer in history, but granddad is going to make sure it's not going to be his simp son. Probably not. Transferring wealth is fine, but thing is, we have a whole bunch of problems that wealth is not going to help us with. Fedor, what's going on, man? In the Gynocracy Central. What's going on, Roger? Art, what's happening? Hard bottom shoes. Where you been, hard bottom? Ain't seen you in a minute. Piece of the room. I'm just shining these hard bottom shoes. I heard that, man. Barry Hamilton, the Chinese guys are the true MGTOW operators. They're leaving the women cold. Yes, sir. A little Maple Leaf, what's happening? Babu. Don Calypso, what's going on, man? I was wondering if he went in. Oh, yeah. If he were in, yeah. Went in. Yeah, he did. He went in. He went hard today, so. The Black Toxic, what's going on? Landon, what's going on? I'm listening, what's going on? Jesse Griffin, what's going on? Dusty Jones, what's happening? Naima, what's going on? I'm just here so that I don't get fined. I heard that. Dollar Washer, what's up? Humphrey, what's happening? Hey, what's going on, Mookie? One of my students received a H-1B job today, $145K yearly with benefits. Black man, this is your time. And as they say, this is the way, right? I got to find that clip. Marcus Moore, what's going on? Now, Calypso said, Lao Tzu says, Simp who run in front of car get tired. Simp who run behind car gets exhausted. Angry Black Man, what's up? Texas Marine, what's going on? The Woo Man Mongo, what's happening? Binkanon, what's going on? Ilias, what's happening? Big Chris, what's going on? Martin Muhammad, what's going on? I don't know what happened in Tennessee State, man. I haven't heard anything. Do I do the oh hell, man? I don't draw, man. That's all AI. Okay, that is AI all the way, man. Yeah, I talked to Art New Style about that kind of stuff. I don't draw. I photograph. I'm a good photographer, but I don't draw, man. My drawing skills are lame at best. My grandson draws better than I do. My Muhammad says I'm a graduate. Okay. Lane Gun says he drinks Bud Light. Bud Light is a little too thin for me, man. It's got to have a little more substance. Soy sauce, anyone? Y'all ain't shit. Lucifer, what's going on? Big Trick, what's going on? What up? Can I stand those special ed women? I went to change a battery and got attacked by a wasp. Not white people, but the types that fly. I took off running. She asked about her battery. F you. You're supposed to suffer, sir. Terrell, what's going on? Sir Him, what's happening, Sir Him? Jacques, what's going on? So, Jacques, are you a Dusty Jermaine or you're an Ashy Jeffrey? JT, what's going on? Terrell, what's going on? Mr. J. Matt, Compassionate, All-Star G. Tide 313, what's going on? How do you think the next 10 years look for black men, OG? It depends on where you are, man. I say if you're inside the country, it's going to be rough. If you get outside the country and find your spot, it'll be better. It's going to get rough, man. It's going to get rough for everybody. They said Simps were an unlimited resource like 0 point energy. Yeah. We'll see how that turned out. Eddie, what's going on? Oos. LAXT, what's going on? Ivan Griffin, what's going on? Head to the nation's capital for CBC week. Okay, all right. Pragmatic Prime, what's going on? El Sahim, what's going on? Chance, what's going on? Brooklyn's Finest, what's going on? Royston Gibbs, what's going on? Okay. I'm a Dusty Jermaine because ish is always my fault. Okay. A group dressed in MAGA apparel went to TSU campus to try to debate in the vein of Charlie Kirk, but were escorted off campus. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't hear that shit, man. So what? As long as they can debate. You should have debated them. Should have debated them and filmed it for content. That's what I'd have done. I'd allowed them on, man. I had all kind of cameras out. I debated them and then for content. Bring news cycles. Bring people to your school. Ever thought of doing radio? Somebody approached me to do with radio when I was like 16 years old. Okay, because they said I had a voice for radio, but I never did. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get busy. Oh yeah. That's why I play it every week, right? Every day. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. She's gonna go down being famous just for that. All right, good people. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I want to pull this one up first because this one I was just scrolling through, and this one by Anton jumped out at me and said, "This is a good place to start." Okay. It's a good place to start. This is kind of stuff that we up against, right? No free attention. Okay. This is the kind of stuff we got to put up with.
Much money for my upkeep to be having free conversations. I had somebody reach out to me. They have been reaching out to me in my DMs, and I was kind of ignoring it, just leaving them on red because I'm not interested. And today they consistently message me, and so I said, okay, I'll answer. This morning I had a shampoo appointment. And so I answered, and they were like, am I disturbing you? And I said, I don't converse with men that I don't know. And they said, well, let's change that. And I said, well, I'm actually on the way to go get my hair done. You gonna contribute to that? They sent a long paragraph asking me to explain why they should do that. And they said, now they understand the kind of woman that I am, on and on and on. And I said, no problem. No worries. Have a good day. I feel like this. I keep my nails done, keep my toes done. So nails, toes every month. I get my hair done every month. This is a luxury style. I keep my hair up, right? So getting my hair done every month. Nails, toes, hair. I own my home. I got an acre of land. I have to get my grass cut. I get my yard work done by myself. All of that is covered by myself. I have a nice body. I get that done in the gym. I have a gym membership. I clothe my nice body with nice clothes. And so I have to go shopping, and I wear makeup, which I enjoy. And in the comments, I don't care what you got to say about makeup, but I also spend money on that. And so to keep this up, I also eat on a meal plan that I have created. And so for that meal plan, I have to go grocery shopping to eat off of the meal plan that I have created. And so all of this takes money. All of this takes money to upkeep this. And so why am I having free conversations?
I don't understand why y'all continue to chase and send women messages and try to get to them, and it's trying to convince them. Bruh, first of all, y'all messing up by even sending chicks DMs based off of what you see online. Who they are online is often at times what it is that they're trying to present to the world. That is not for you to be sending no messages, trying to figure out, talking about, can I get to know you based off online? Online, social media just fucked up everything, just to be honest with y'all. That's number one. Number two, why are y'all sending all of these long explanations, talk about, I know who you are now and all of this other type of stuff? Bruh, just leave. Just leave. Now, I'm cool with women having whatever preferences and standards. And so if y'all able to find a sucker that's gonna send you some money in order to get your hair done that you ain't never met before in your entire life, and you able to finesse him, God bless you. But y'all guys, listen, fellas, we gotta start raising the ante and the standards, and y'all gotta stop simping to this level.
Yep. Yep. That's why I wanted to start with that one. That's why I wanted to start with that one, because that's what you're up against, man. That's the, and, you know, they can't always pull it off to that extent, but that's the attitude that's out there. That's the freaking attitude that's out there. Okay. This is called the simp economy, right? And it's been going on so long, women just expect the simp economy to actually accommodate them in their lifestyle. Now, I don't know if she's got supporters like that, to where they are actually paying for her to get her her car done, and her upkeep of her house and stuff like that. That I don't know. Okay, but that's what we're up against. What's up, Gold P? What I'm saying is a certain amount of simping keeps the economy going. Okay. Um, so there's a certain amount of simping that's necessary to keep family relations going. You're going to have to bow down to a certain amount of simping. Okay. But thing is, when it becomes an economy and there's no balance, that's when it gets way out of whack. So that I was just, it's just a black men's community circle and spoke about this. We black men struggle with we don't struggle with setting boundaries. Thing is, you're never supposed to have those kind of boundaries in the first place, because you weren't trained to. Okay, you weren't trained to. Anyhow, let's get to the one that let's get to the one that I was sent. Well, I was sent two, but I'll show the first one, right? And this is what this is. This is the collapse of the Chinese simp economy, right? And the thing you have to understand about China is China. The reason China can do what they do is because they are a true father-led patriarchal country. Okay, this kind of foolishness will not go on for very long, because the Chinese men will not have it. Okay. In the West, especially United States, we do not have a patriarchy anymore. Even though, so don't let them women and some of these egotistical guys talk about we still have a patriarchy. We do not. Okay. You have any dark news in the pipeline? Not in the pipeline. I got to create some. I got a couple things I could put up. I might do it. I might do it today. I might do it today. There's a couple things that I could do. But this is from, let me go ahead and show it to you. This is China Observer, okay? China's simp economy collapses. No men paying these girls mocked for not being able to pay $30, okay? In other words, in this video, there's a bunch of chicks that they're going to restaurants, okay? And can't leave because they can't pay the bill, okay? And you see this is a very common thing. You got men that are ghosting these chicks. You got men that are on a date, and the chick is going crazy with the bill, and because she was trying to run up the bill, and the guy goes to the bathroom and doesn't come back and sticks her with a bill. And even in this one, right, where you have a bunch of chicks trying to call their boyfriends, okay, trying to call friends to come to the date so they can pay. Yeah, yeah. Dark news is inside. Well, I put up dark news. You guys are warning about stuff that most things that people don't talk about.
Unfortunately, none of the men agreed to the invitation, and no one showed up. When it was time to pay, the restaurant owner discovered that the three women couldn't cover a bill of just over 200 yuan. So what?
I ran a bar myself. They said they had no money.
You're bullying young girls.
Who's bullying you? You drank 5 or 6 bottles of beer, ate your fill, and Now can't pay 200 yuan? People are laughing. It's embarrassing.
In the video, a woman squatted on the ground, arguing with the owner while frantically messaging friends for help. The restaurant posted the footage online, which quickly sparked a heated debate.
Yeah. In other words, they're trying to get men to come pay for them, right? These are strong, independent women, right? That don't need no man.
Viewers mocked the women, suggesting that they had planned to find someone to pay for them.
Yeah.
Some praised the absent men for refusing,
Yeah.
believing that they had likely been taken advantage of before. Others pointed out a wider trend. When women invite men out, especially at the last minute, the expectation is often that the man will cover the bill.
Yep. They don't want the patriarchy, but they depend on the patriarchy.
This incident highlights the collapse of what some have called the simp economy, referring to men who spend money, time, and effort on women without receiving genuine affection in return. With the economic slowdown, more men are refusing to play this role, leaving women who relied on such behavior caught off guard. One striking example involved a woman who tried to take advantage of a blind date. On her first meeting, she ordered nearly 30,000 yuan worth of seafood. Halfway through the meal, the man excused himself to take a phone call, but he never returned. He blocked her on social media.
See, that's what's going. I've heard like 10 examples of that, right? Chick come in to take advantage, and the guy bounces. Okay, I think black men need to start doing that too. You know, so the woman come in, she started ordering up the menu. I think there was one example where where I think it was this guy, right? He came in, had a date with a single mother, and when he was in the bathroom, she started ordering stuff for her kids, right? And extra stuff for her kids. He noticed that, right? So he excused himself. He went and paid his portion of the bill at the register, and he bounced, and he left her with the rest,
leaving her with the entire bill. I've never met such a shameless man. You say you have no money, but then why even go on a date? Yesterday, this man promised to take me to dinner. I ordered seasonal dishes like king crab, black tiger prawn, and sea cucumber. Then, seeing the menu was good, I ordered more sea cucumber and even packed extra for my friends.
Mhm.
I also ordered more king crab to take home for my brother to try.
I ordered more. Okay, I'm trying to feed the whole family off of his dime. Okay.
He was still cheerful at the start, but after the meal, he said he needed to take a call. I waited 2 hours and he never came back. I called him, but he still didn't answer. And then he blocked me. What kind of person does that? In the end, I had no choice but to pay with my credit card. 28,000 yuan. He just disappeared completely. This guy is unbelievable. Next time, I'll be more careful with blind
You won't order all that shit the next time.
dates and won't meet such a scumbag again. Online reactions were swift. Many applauded the man, saying a woman who orders thousands of yuan worth of food on a first date deserves to be left with a check.
Yes.
Some refer to it as a textbook example of standing up to gold diggers. Another viral video told a similar story. A woman dined at a restaurant but refused to pay, claiming she was an angel and wanted to put the meal on the tab.
See, these women are reading this white feminist shit and trying to do the same thing in a patriarchal country, and they think that they're gonna get the same results, and they don't.
I can't even put it on my tab here, can I?
Who do you think you're talking to? Do you know who I am? I'm an angel.
Angel. Angels should pay when they eat. Otherwise, you're not really an angel. You want to cheat ordinary people while pretending to be one?
I'm definitely going to pay. I said I wanted to put it on my tab, but they wouldn't let me. I've been waiting for over an hour and my legs are starting to ache.
Since you're an angel, why not just give some money to help out? Let an ordinary person use it, okay?
She couldn't argue anymore, so she started complaining about the food, pointing out every flaw, and even asked the owner for compensation. I originally wanted to put it on the tab, but today I can't. I've waited so long, and the dish smells bad. The duck has no salt, and I'm still hungry. What do I do? How are you going to compensate for the loss?
Compensate for the loss? If you're an angel, do you even need to say such things? Then you're not an angel.
This angel's out of money for the past 2 months.
All right, all right.
Go P. We're not arguing this shit over here, okay? We answered all the stuff we argued about. We did it on Rogers, okay? And guess what? Your argument fell flat, okay? Argument fell flat.
Stop pretending to be crazy. Just pay up already.
The restaurant owner
China is a patriarchal country, very much so. It's father-led patriarchal country. It's a very much so a patriarchal country. That's bullshit. Okay, extremely a patriarchal country. The laws in China are patriarchal. Okay, basically, men can force women to get abortions. Okay, it's a very, very much father-led patriarchal country. What's up, MS Delta? Very much a father-led patriarchal country.
explained that in the end, the angel still left without paying. Online, viewers joked that she was likely one of the leftover women, a term used to describe women usually in their late 20s or older who remain unmarried due to various social pressures and expectations. The collapse of the simp economy has exposed deeper issues. Data from China's Ministry of Civil Affairs
Don't have to speak Chinese, man. I know the difference between a matriarchal country and a patriarchal country. Japan, Korea, China, Singapore, they're all highly patriarchal countries, right? Compared to the West. The women can't do the same shit in China that they do here. I don't have to speak Chinese. What's more amazing is that that men manage to do this in a country where women are scarce. Yep, exactly.
shows that only 6.1 million couples registered for marriages in 2024, the lowest in 45 years. The number of men choosing never to marry is now 24 times higher than that of women, and many cite the same reason: they no longer want to be taken advantage of. In China's consumer culture, love has increasingly been tied to money, expensive gifts, luxury bags, and costly dating rituals. For many men, the costs have outweighed the benefits, leading to growing disillusionment with marriage and dating. One online post put it this way: I was led to believe that being good to someone meant I could win their heart, but in reality, I was just paying for an illusion. One commenter said, in the past, men would chase women, thinking they had money and hope for the future, so they were willing to be simping dogs. But now, with the economy slowing down, men are starting to do the math.
Yeah.
If you treat me well, I'll treat you well. If you treat me badly, I won't keep tolerating it. Marriage markets across the country also reflect this change. Despite women outnumbering men in many events, expectations remain high. Women with modest incomes still demand men with houses, cars, and six-figure salaries,
All right.
along with large dowries.
Okay, dude. You know what, man? I've already spoken. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little time in the corner, and you can figure it out. Okay. Give you a little time in the corner. All right. Let's carry on.
Many men simply opt out. Some women who relied on men's spending now find themselves in financial distress,
Yeah.
a phenomenon called debt repayment bride.
Yeah. So leftover women in China are now complaining about foreign brides from Russia and Ukraine competition. Yeah. They don't play, man. Patriarchal countries like that don't play. Okay. They will replace you. Okay.
Has appeared, women offering marriage in exchange for having personal debts paid off.
现在还单身的单身狗们，
Now, for all the single men out there, here's a rare opportunity. Don't miss it. If someone can pay off my 260,000 yuan debt, then buy me a new car and a new iPhone 16, I'll go with him. First come, first served.
Yeah. I didn't time in the corner. I didn't ban him, man. I just put him in the corner with a dunce hat for a second. That's all. Sheila E, what's going on? Hey, Mr. Z, what's going on? Mr. Z been going in, man. Mr. Z been going in on these feminists.
Don't miss this chance. This stark, transactional approach to marriage not only exposes the financial struggles of some women, but also reflects how, after the collapse of the simp economy, some people are now attempting to turn the tables through marriage. The proposal sparked outrage online, with many comments warning men not to fall into a debt trap. Marriage to pay off debt? I can't believe you'd even think of that. What a trick.
Yeah, basically, I mean, they're trying to get slick. They're trying to pull this American shit that women do in America on Chinese men. Chinese men are not having that stuff, man. Like I said, China is a patriarchal country, man. They don't have the same kind of rules there, man. Okay, they don't. Okay, if women start to take advantage of men, man, the Chinese government would change the fucking laws. Okay, instantly. The next year they'll change the laws. That's how fast shit works. Okay, uh, if it's unfair to men, the Chinese government will change that fucking law. Okay.
Didn't buy it either, helped pay off her debt, then she'd just run off. It's true, Chinese people don't deceive Chinese people. Another person commented, these days, men are waking up. Who would want to fall into such a debt trap? As the economy declines, the simp economy isn't the only thing crumbling. Many women's survival anxieties are multiplying. One user posted, in times of economic recession, women's anxiety far outweighs that of men. It's almost a law. In the past, society followed a culture where men worked and women stayed home.
Yeah.
Men were expected to earn, and women didn't have to be overly.
That's a very highly patriarchal country. What they're talking about, women stay at home, take care of the kids, and take care of the old people. That's what they're supposed to do. That's why you get married, right? That's like the family is so involved in getting you married, getting the man married, right? So that they would have support in their old age from the wife. That's the wife's job. It's a highly patriarchal country.
Strong. The marriage market valued a woman's age, looks, and personality more than her job abilities. However, the economic downturn has brought women's survival issues to the forefront.
Yeah, well, try to tell them. I said, what's up, everyone? 30 minutes behind. Okay, Mr. Z. Very little. All the ladies independent, get a job and do for self. Yeah, you strong and independent. Strong and independent. The thing is, this is what I was trying to say earlier. Okay, especially about guys making blanket statements about all these cultures being the same, right? Like there's this one big culture, and no matter where you go, it's all the same. It's bullshit. Okay, you find out when you get there. Bullshit. It's not all the same. And I believe as a man, white men have been doing it forever, right? As a man, especially a black man, you go to the environment that suits you best. So if you can't do it here, okay, and you looked at it in one way here, go to an environment that's actually takes who you are and what you are and to your best advantage. If you're short, if you're 5'6" or 5'7", right, you consider short here, go to the Philippines. You consider tall in the Philippines. SL, appreciate you. So what do I think about white Christian nationalists trying to co-opt MGTOW community? Is that what we're talking about today, bro? Okay. I'll tell you briefly to answer your question, as long as you don't bring it up again, okay? Because I don't derail the conversation, okay? They're trying to do it is because most of the men in the community are MGTOW now. 70% of young men under 30 have never had a girlfriend and never had sex. Those are MGTOWs, okay? They're not incels, they're MGTOWs. So if you want to bring these Christians want to bring these men back online, they're going to have to start talking to these guys, okay? The Christians trying to take over the MGTOW community is not going to work, okay? Because MGTOWs, by their own nature, are rebellious, okay? So trying to take that shit over, okay? You talk about worse than the black manosphere. The MGTOWs are twice as bad, okay? They're really stray cats. So if they want to go into the MGTOW community, try to take it over, good luck, okay? It's not going to happen. I'm a MGTOW, and I know it's not going to happen.
Not only are they struggling to find quality partners, but they also face employment anxieties, health issues, family pressures, and age-related worries.
So they're getting their own version of Donald Trump.
The experiences of Japan during its economic downturn serve as a cautionary tale. When Japan entered an era of stagnant growth, society didn't provide.
Ty 313, you're late, man. That's called the 4B movement in Korea. Okay.
enough space for women who didn't rely on men. Many jobs didn't hire women, leading to severe employment discrimination, and single mothers and women faced harsh living conditions. Long-term single living even triggered widespread mental health issues. Now, many Chinese women
Okay. Go P. The simp economy is as strong as ever, okay? Which you don't have no stats. Okay? If you're gonna come at me, bring me stats, okay? How come 70% of the men under 30 have never had a girlfriend or had sex or even a date? It was as strong as ever. How's that happening? Explain it to me. Explain it to me, Ricky. Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
are facing similar struggles.
到了我这个年龄，其实没有结婚。
At my age, it's really painful not being married. I'm so scared. What should I do? I'm really scared. The fear inside me keeps me up at night, unable to sleep. Am I going to live my life alone, growing old alone? I can't even be around men now. I'm afraid of interacting with them. I've been deceived so many times before, and now I have a fear of men. I feel like I'm not like other people. It feels a little abnormal, but it's actually normal. Sometimes I just feel like I'm so conflicted inside. Analysts note that men no longer want to be simping dogs, and this shift has caused the collapse of the gold digger economy.
Yep.
The ripple effects are visible in multiple industries.
Yep.
1. Luxury goods sector.
Yep.
According to a report by consulting firm Bain & Company, luxury goods sales in mainland China fell 18 to 20% in
Same thing's happening here, especially with the recession and guys not taking chicks out. You have a lot of chain restaurants closing. It's because there's nobody in there. There's nobody taking chicks out. Okay. Malls are closing. A lot of stuff is closing is because these guys are on their Xbox. Okay. They're not taking chicks out. Bars are empty. Why are bars empty? Because there ain't nobody coming to pick up any women. They're empty.
2024. Many women with unstable incomes are now reselling secondhand luxury goods to make ends meet. Over the past decade, China's secondhand luxury market has grown sevenfold, with gold diggers now making up the majority of sellers. 2. Fine dining and ritualistic consumption. Previously, gold diggers loved sleeping in, applying makeup, having afternoon tea.
Basically, grass eating men, nameless, is a very new phenomenon. Okay. Grass eaters in Japan never went away. They were the bleeding edge of what we call the mouse utopia, and now you see it spread, which is why you have all these people like trying to get the young men back on board and back doing things. That's why they're starting to take away certain rights from women because they've gone too far. They have to give something back to get men back on board. It's because most men have given up, and now you have AI and automation and the wreckage of the supply chain where men can't get the kind of jobs that they used to. They're even more so hesitant. What's going to happen? But what's going to happen is society is in a slow free fall. What's going on right now? They're trying to arrest that fall.
Posting pictures from fine dining restaurants and discussing catching rich men with friends. However, since 2023, fine dining restaurants in major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen have struggled, with revenue now down to only 40% of previous levels. Even high-end milk tea brands are struggling. 3. Personal consumption loans. Men are no longer lending money to play the simping dog, while women, unable to repay loans, have gone from being goddesses to leftover women.
Yeah, leftover women. Okay, the Shang Yu is growing. Okay, Shang Yu is growing.
The bad loan rate for personal consumption loans at the 6 largest banks has continued to rise, with some loans becoming uncollectible.
Yeah, the strippers are really complaining. Strippers are the bleeding edge of the simp economy, right? The strippers are starving.
And new loans unable to be issued. By early 2025, interest rates for consumer loans had even dropped to below 3%. 4. Elite training schools. These schools, which promise to teach women how to enter high society, with tuitions ranging from thousands to tens of thousands of yuan, have collapsed. As the gold digger economy crumbled, students realized the courses were useless and began demanding refunds or reporting the organizations for fraud.
If you're pro-patriarchy, you ain't MGTOW. Every OG channel worth the salt made at least one anti-traditionalism video. Patriarchy Okay, I don't even know where that's coming from about being pro-patriarchy. Okay, the only reason I mention it is because a patriarchal society, okay, like China, okay, you can be pro-patriarchy and be MGTOW. Okay, you can be pro-patriarchy, but the thing is, if the environment doesn't fit your wishes, then guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna protest. MGTOW is a protest movement. Okay, it's a counterpoint to feminism.
April 2024, a popular relationship coach who made 150 million yuan a year and had millions of followers was investigated for tax evasion, leading to the institution's sudden closure. 5. Medical beauty industry. It's not that women don't care about beauty, but fewer men are willing to pay for cosmetic procedures. While the industry has grown rapidly in the past, suppliers in the medical beauty industry saw a drop in revenue in 2025, with companies like Bloomage Biotech reporting a 21% decrease in the first quarter, and IMEC Technology Development Company down by 18%. Some cosmetic surgery clinics even started offering discount packages and selling products with no scientific basis. 6. Online dating platforms. Men are increasingly realizing that many women on dating apps are gold diggers who use romance as a means to get gifts and trips. As a result, enthusiasm for these platforms has waned, with 2 major Chinese dating platforms seeing 5 years of consecutive declines in performance. In fact, the collapse of the Simp economy is just the surface issue. Behind it is a deeper financial crisis. YouTube commentator Xiao Cui revealed that China's central bank quietly removed an important financial data point, the scale of overdue credit card debt. The last time this data was reported was at the end of 2024, but since then, the central bank has stopped publishing these figures. This suggests that the numbers were so alarming that the central bank didn't want to expose them, fearing it would destabilize public confidence. She shared shocking numbers. In 2021, China's overdue credit card balance exceeded 6 months and was 86 billion yuan. This remained stable in 2022, but by 2023, it
No money, no honey, right?
surged to 98 billion yuan, an increase of 14%. In 2024, it skyrocketed to 124 billion yuan, a shocking increase of 26% in a single year. This year, when the central bank conducted its analysis, it found even worse figures. If released, this would expose the household debt crisis, so the central bank decided to erase these numbers. But Xiao Cui managed to find the relevant data in the reports of China's 2 largest credit card issuing banks, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, ICBC, and China Merchants Bank. The reports show that in 2024, ICBC's credit card overdrawn balances increased by 85.6 billion yuan, a rise
Go out and prove that, Gold P. I hear you talking. Go prove it.
of 12.4%, with bad loans increasing by 10 billion yuan, an increase of 61%. This pushed the bank's credit card bad loan rate up from 2.45% to 3.5%. The reports also revealed a massive rise in bad debts across all types of loans in 2024, including housing loans, consumer loans, business loans, and credit card overdraws, with bad credit card loans coming second only to the largest bad loan category, housing loans. It's not just ICBC. All 6 major state-owned banks saw significant increases in bad loan rates last year, with the same pattern across all of them. Xiao Cui points out that credit card bad debts are a warning sign of a deeper debt crisis. Credit cards have a low threshold for borrowing and short repayment cycles, meaning that once people's cash flow tightens, the bad loan rate can.
The thing is, men are socialized to do certain things, and once that socialization breaks down and doesn't work for them, that's when the things start to collapse, and that's what's happening. Okay, the boomers were still socialized to act a certain way, and even a certain manner the X's were, right? Millennials started to break, and Z's have just followed through. MGTOW is more than just life choice.
Surge within a month. ICBC's data shows that while credit card balances increased by just 12% in 2024.
In fact, a lot of MGTOWs have become passport bros and gone overseas and gotten married.
The bad debts surged by 60%, indicating that a lot of new credit card spending is being used for cash withdrawals, not regular purchases. These users are likely to face defaults. Even more worrying is that this bad debt crisis is concentrated in small and medium-sized cities and rural areas, meaning that residents in these regions are facing a wave of bankruptcies. With fewer job opportunities,
That's why they call you Gen X. They call you crossover.
greater mortgage pressures, and falling housing prices, ordinary people's lives are becoming increasingly difficult. In this context, even if some men still want to be simps, they can no longer afford to do so.
世界之大，真是无奇不有。三个男的请三个女的吃饭。
The world is full of surprises. 3 women ate with 3 men. But when the bill came, nobody had enough money. They even had to call the police. In the end, they scrapped together 400 yuan. Still short of 100. Next time, girls, make sure you know if the other side can pay before you eat.
The collapse of the simp economy is more than just a dating trend. It reflects how the economic slowdown is reshaping social behavior across China.
That's very true. And what happens when men don't have money? Okay, they can't afford to be generous, and then reality does bite. That's what's starting to happen in the United States in a big way. What's already happening, the thing is, they've been pushing them aside. Like women complaining about speed dating sites, about bars and clubs, about restaurants, all kind. They've been complaining about this for the last, well, really since COVID. And so they try to brush it off as men being awkward and lonely. They become incels. Okay. And the women were actually able to pretend up until Donald Trump. Donald Trump actually pulled the sheet off of all this kind of crap because he started letting these women go. In other words, the government can't afford Uncle Sam, your baby daddy, cannot afford to take care of you no more. So even the biggest simp is Uncle Sam, and he can't afford to do it no more. The red pill removed all the veil of romance and revealed the reality of transactional relationships. Yeah, I said that years ago, man. When men run out of money and can't afford it anymore, they'll stop. Men refuse to go into debt for this kind of stuff. And once that movement starts, okay, that's what happens. What happens to most matriarchies? If you study matriarchies in history, right? What happens to most of them, right? Okay, they can't retain their men. The men leave and the society dies. Okay, that's what's good. That's happening in the United States. Society's dying. Okay, because the men are leaving. The men are bailing. So society's starting to die. Okay. I'm telling you, MGTOW can be. What I'm saying is, what is MGTOW in the first place? MGTOW was a protest against what? The laws and unfairness in the legal system against men. A lot of your MGTOWs became MGTOWs after they were married. See, one of the most famous MGTOWs, Coach Greg Adams. Okay, Coach Greg Adams started out as MGTOW. He kind of erased the name, but and put it into into the free agent lifestyle. But the thing is, that's third level MGTOW, spinning plates. Okay, it's third level MGTOW. Why does he say don't get married in this environment? It's because the laws are against you. Got to remember, I was a MGTOW in 2012. Right after I think they first started being MGTOW first started in 2011 or something like this. So I came shortly thereafter. A very small community. Okay, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been in MGTOW for what, 13 years. And you tell me what MGTOW stands for? Come on, man. Men sent their own way or going their own way. So, but a lot of MGTOWs did leave the country and marry in another environment. They have a lot of MGTOWs had no problem getting married, but just don't want to do it in this environment. That's in fact, that's exactly what the coach says. Yeah, I know. Ninjas want to drag you back to the plantation, even in the face of proof. The thing is, okay, if the plantation owner can't afford to feed you, why would you go back to the plantation? Okay, the economics in the society is bearing. When I say bearing fruit, the thing is, it is what it is, right? The thing is, and what did the government say? We can't afford to take care of y'all no more. Section 8, SNAP programs, DEI jobs, all that kind of stuff. That's all taking care of women, especially white women. Once this starts to be a race, women are actually on their own. That's why they're complaining. Now that's why they're looking for men. Men can't afford to save you. Okay. Secondly, people forget how aggressive the reaction people had if you didn't want to hop into marriage, the marriage grinder, like some kind of fanatic back then. Basically, for a society to survive, okay, you're gonna have to find a way to put men and women together for it to survive. So that's the state doing its job, okay. And the state tried to the state tried to, according to social contract, give. That's what I was trying to explain earlier today, right? Okay. The social feminism is part of the social contract. If you read the social contract and what it stands for, which America is built on the social contract. America is founded on a social contract. Okay. It's at the heart of the United States. People don't believe that. Okay. It's built on a social contract. The right to vote, okay, not to have a king. What is it? Basically the right to vote. All that stuff is a social contract. Even though most men didn't get it until 1840. Feminism didn't start till 1840 when the men got with universal suffrage for men. And it really didn't start. It really started because white women didn't get the same rights as black men. The same shit happened in 1964. What is it? Almost 100 years later. Okay. They didn't want black men to have the same rights, more rights than white women did. That's how come they wanted to be part of civil rights. And that was white women. That was not white men. Even though white men take the blame for it. Is there a chance you can drop a link? What do you want to say? Okay, I'll drop a link. You guys, at best, you guys got 30 minutes. I'm not going to be here I'm not going to be here for 2 hours. Okay. I don't know why you guys want to drop a link. Okay. I mean, if the thing is, man, and what frustrates me and Nameless, okay, we spend too much fucking time studying this shit, man, and reading this shit and examining this shit. You guys just miles off like you guys know something and you don't. I just showed you, okay. Why did it take 150 years for the United States to get to this thing, or even 60 years to get to this thing, and China did it in 5? Why do you think China did it so fast? Because they're a father-led patriarchal country. That they're not a feminist country. Okay, they're not the feminism doesn't exist there. Okay, they don't all.
Hey, what's going on, BGS?
What's up?
Hey, brother. I came up, man. I know I'm not the other guy that asked to get on your link, but I came up to give you your flowers, man. And this first time I was ever able to speak to you.
Okay,
I
what's
tell
up?
you what an amazing job, man. You've been doing. I ain't gonna hold you up too long, but man, we need brothers like yourself. They got this wisdom, knowledge, and this understanding about the different cultures and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, because I've traveled overseas myself, and I used to be one of these brothers that believed in the pickup game, the numbers game in the United States. It's just what you said earlier. You said these guys are egotistical maniacs, right? That's all it pretty much is, man. There is a difference in the culture. Don't let nobody discourage you guys and say that if you're traveling overseas and whatever you're doing, whether you're tricking or whether you're dating normally, whatever you're doing, getting married, don't let nobody tell you that that's less because you didn't meet the chick from the United States, as if the chick from the United States is supposed to be better than other women from other countries or stuff like that. They're just trying to trick your mind into staying here, into spending your resources. And I'm gonna pass the mic back to you and see what you got to say about all that. Maybe you can go further into details about the differences.
Okay. The thing is, okay, SYSBM exists because there's differences in the women here in culture. Okay, a black woman don't act like a white woman. A white woman don't act like an Asian woman. That's just here, where they're all raised the same. We're raised in the same society. Okay, how can you actually take that to a different country and a different culture? Doesn't make sense.
Well, let me ask you one more thing before I get off, BJs. What do you have for those? I call them game Negroes that want to tell the average black man, "Hey, man, she slept with me because I got this mythological game." But what they're not doing, they're not telling you that she slept with him because he automatically fits her prototype. Like, let's say within this culture, a lot of ABWs might like a man that's tall. She might like a brother that look a certain gangster way or whatever it is, however she was raised, right?
Yeah.
What that guy does is he tells a lie to the guy that he feel don't have experience with women, and he tell you all that, hey man, there's this magical game. I spit the game at her. That's how she did what I wanted her to do. He's lying. She did. He's lying. He's lying. She just wanted to do that.
What I'm saying, him putting the tats on and wearing certain kind of clothes and getting in the gym and having a certain kind of vernacular, that's game. Okay, he's fitting a prototype. He's selling himself to the market, right? That's game.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all that is part of game, and Rom calls it body game, right? Working out, getting muscles, tats. Basically, the Mac's been doing that shit for 50 years. So how do you get women to pay you? Okay, you have to look the way they want you to look. They're paying you to be in their presence. It's the reversal of a hoe or a prostitute. Okay. That's game. Okay. Homosexuals do it because they with fat chicks because their fat chicks are lonely. And they need a man in the house for protection. So she pays him by taking care of him. That's an exchange, okay? What do women love? Women love to be entertained, right? Okay, so if gang is basically entertaining females, so they'll reward you by what? With sex, which I think anything past 1 or 2, you need to get paid for it. That's why. So all them game guys, I said, okay, you banging all these women. How much money do they give you? If you're not getting no money according to the max, then anything past 3, basically you actually what is it?
Concubine.
You're unpaid prostitute. Concubines get taken care of. You're an unpaid prostitute. That's what you are. It's like a chick sleeping around, getting her for coochie and not getting nothing for it, right? You're slinging dick, you're slinging charisma, you're slinging entertainment, and what are you getting for it? Pussy? Really? That's payment to you?
Well, that's what these niggas are trained to think. That's all they want. You know what I mean?
That's why they get mad at me. Okay.
Yeah. You're supposed to only want that. That's all you need.
Yeah, okay. If that's all you need, and same thing. If a woman that slept around for dick said that same thing, a group of women they'd all laugh at her, right? You ain't getting
big fact. Big fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I say the same thing to men, they get mad at me. Oh man, I said, if all you want to get paid in pussy, Mac would tell me would laugh at me, man. How many women you got? You got 5, okay? How many you paying? None? You just nigga, you giving away dick. What are you giving away dick for? Okay?
You're a free dildo.
You're free. If dildos don't entertain, do they? And with a dildo don't do no work. She got to do the work with her dildo, okay? You doing all the work.
Yeah.
And half these guys are taking these chicks out. It ain't free.
That's another thing they lie about, BGS. I ain't mean to cut y'all, brother. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna get off. I'm sick of these guys lying too. Like, okay, now I've had some experiences myself, right? Well, there are chances where you can meet a woman who's naturally into you and she just come home. Yes, I've had that. That's true, right? But what a lot of these guys aren't telling the truth about is the time that they spent, and I'm talking about the dope boy on the block too, the time he spent kissing the chick ass to get her back to the crib, the money that he probably shelled to catch the attention of the chick, depending on what kind of chick it is. Like, what they do is they lie to the average guy that they know don't have no experience with women, and he makes it seem like he's this grandiose guy that he knows a magic word that the rest of society doesn't know, and she jumps when he say jump. And I say to that, this is what I say to that. This is how you know those guys lying. If this stuff existed, if these guys were so suave with these women, how come he can't use those same words to get off child support? How come he can't use those words when she's ready to divorce and take half his stuff? If you know there's a special word that controls the human female mind, why can't you use that same exact word to make her not take half your house? Why can't you make her leave and let her keep all your assets and your money with you?
Let's get something straight about dope boys. I did a whole bunch of ex girlfriends of dope dealers, okay? Okay. And they give you the game, right? Ask that dope dealer how much money he spends per month on his bitch. They'll give you the answer. And that dope dealer is dropping $4,000 or $5,000 a month on that bitch. Okay, you drop
dropping all of it.
You drop $4,000 or $5,000 on any bitch. Guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna go with you. 90% of chicks are gonna go with you. You gonna drop that kind of money? They're gonna follow you around. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, and guess what's gonna happen? You drop that kind of money on her, her girlfriends are gonna be looking to get in, be next in line.
But see, they lie to the common guy and make it seem like I said, it's a lot of lying. I don't like the fact that those dudes lie to other men that don't have no experience and make it seem like it's some mythological shit that they're not even doing. That it's more to it than what they're really doing. You know, I hate that they do that.
Why you think I've been here 11 years and none of them dope dealers and them kind of cats jump up on my panel talking that shit to me? Because I know the fucking game, okay? I know the game. I know the guys that get paid. I know the guys that pay, okay? Basically, dope. Why you think women, with the modern women, okay, they've gotten over the embarrassment? First thing they want is a dope dealer or a scammer. Why? Okay? Easy access to money, okay? And them guys won't be around very long. That's all it is. Same thing with an athlete, okay? Well, I don't like the NBA guys that don't need to spend that kind of money on chicks, okay? Okay, because you're an NBA athlete, then you get free pussy. Why are you spending money on pussy?
Crazy.
You didn't spend when you was in middle school and high school. You didn't spend no money. You didn't have the money. You was getting put all kind of pussy. Why you spend? Why when you get to the pros, you're spending hundreds of $1,000s on pussy that you don't need to spend on? Makes no sense, does it? All you gotta do is show up at a bar. All you gotta do is show up behind a rope and invite a chick up. Okay, she gonna hang out with you for the lifestyle. Anyway, go ahead, Gabar.
Hey, BJS, how you doing, boss?
Okay, you want a link for what?
Oh man, first and foremost, I think you might be a little shadow banned or something along those lines because I did not get a notification.
I put it up late. I put it up late, but I am shadow banned. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I hopped in and I made it as far as you showing some examples in China, right? And I immediately was like, no, I gotta hop in because you know how your guilty pleasure is listening to them cheating stories?
Yes.
My guilty pleasure is watching them from time to time, watching them Chinese dramas.
Yeah.
And I came to realize that, you know, they go back to almost 2 decades and I'm convinced they've been making a concerted effort to fight the simp culture that's been rising in China.
Yeah.
Fight the feminism, and I mean concerted as in the government's involved because every drama it's the same thing over and over. He was simping, he was simping, he was simping, and then you know he found he just grew balls. You know what I'm saying? And all of it ended the story. Don't simp. You know what I'm saying? So I was just talking about this with my wife a few days ago, and you come up with this lesson. I had to testify, man. I see the difference here. You know, we let it ride. I think maybe they're starting to turn the page on it. Over there, they've been fighting it for like 10 years at this point. And they're feeling
the Asians don't tolerate that shit, man. They leave them alone.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Japanese, according to protocols, they did it because it was necessary for the economy. But after a while, they stopped doing that shit. Okay. And the Koreans don't even play that shit. Bitch, we're actually gonna import women.
Yep.
China's doing it now. Okay.
I think one thing they've noticed is they see what's going on over here in the West, and they're not liking what they see. They're seeing the it's spread over there, and they're like, we're gonna go ahead and nip that in the butt because it destroys societies. You know what I'm saying?
It does. The thing is, the thing is, it took 150 years to actually socialize us to get to this point. It just didn't happen overnight.
Oh yeah, okay. oh yeah. They're just learning. They're learning from us.
And basically, you know, and I was arguing with this about to a chick about feminism. Okay, feminism did not start with the elite. It actually started with the working class women in the factories. Okay, that left her husband and wanted to take their kids. But the thing is, they couldn't take their kids because of the patriarchy, right? Okay, okay, and that didn't get resolved until Caroline Norton in 1839. Which is the 10 years doctrine, right? Was first 7 years belonged to women, and then in America they increased it to 16 years. In other words, till the kid became an adult.
Yeah.
Best interest of the kid is the 10 years doctrine of the Court of Chancery. Okay.
Well, now it sounds like that's starting to get challenged in the courts.
It is because we dug that shit up.
Say that again. Say that again.
Me and Green Gorilla actually dug this. We found an article about that, about the Court of Chancery and the end of the patriarchy, the end of the law of the father, right?
Yeah.
That shit actually showed it in court documents where this shit actually came from, right? And guys in that shit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it can be challenged in court. Just family court is separate from the regular legal procedure, right? You can't sue and all that kind of shit. That's the Court of Chancery, which is a separate court for family matters than for women and children. Okay, so I come to this. I keep telling men that the children don't belong there; they actually belong to the state, which is something the French said a long time ago. Children belong to the state. You get parental rights granted to you by what? The state.
Yep. You're just raising them for us.
Well, it was part of the society, so they give you rights over your children. But at any time, they can actually come get your kids. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the best interest of the kid is to determine the best interest of the kid is given to the mother. Okay. And men can't do anything unless they do what? Stop participating. That's why MGTOW was such
exactly. Yep.
That's what MGTOW was about. We don't like these laws. We don't like the unfairness of the marriage and family courts. So the easiest way, what is it? What did it say? Basically the best way not to lose is what? Not to play the game at all, right? We're not going to play the game at all. Okay.
And that's why they started trying to rewrite the rule. They're seeing the lack of participation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What do they call it in Asia? The line flat or something like that. They see similar
in China, laying flat, and I'm going to participate in society because there's no benefit to men to participate, right? So they lay flat. I'm going to do the bare minimum to survive. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, look, like I work with a lot of what do you call them, bachelors, right? And you know, I have been culturated to want a family, have my kids, and so on and so forth.
Right.
But when I think about my income, how much of my income is dedicated to them versus come to me? Maybe a fifth of it comes to me, right?
Yes.
But for them, these men, they got a 1-bedroom apartment. They're making the same amount as I make.
Yeah.
They're living comfortably. They're just stacking. Like I told you, in the airline industries, we got cats that'll work hard for like 2 months straight. Yeah. And then take 3-4 months off, overseas somewhere.
I've found that somebody told me that he works at, I think it was Horowitz. I can't remember who. I think it might have been Compassionate. I can't remember who told me that. Where you have guys that pick up a trade, HVAC, welding, whatever. Work 6 months and then take 6 months off in like Colombia or something like that. And they'll live good. Okay.
And the society hurts from that. You know, the social network hurts from that. So they need that's why they want to fix things up so they can get people back invested. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
If they started like 20 years ago, like China, maybe they would have been somewhere else.
There's a lot of MGTOWs. I think Salmon was one of them that either want to have a surrogate or actually want to have a kid overseas and not bring a woman back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be, which is why they're trying to get around that, having international child support laws. They did that shit in Japan. So even that is starting to break down. So you got to be really careful about how you do that because eventually America will find a way to make you pay. So
they'll pull a Sweden and stop allowing you to import.
Yeah. Exactly. Why you think Sweden don't allow you to import chicks no more? Right? Okay.
Yeah.
They see what's happening in Korea, see what's happening in China, right? They don't want that to happen. So the women stepped in. That's why
the women stepped in, but what are they doing about the single mother rate growing in that? What do they call that? The Nordic North or whatever? What are they doing about that? All them single mothers in Finland, Sweden, and Norway. What are they doing about that? Not a thing. But they don't want you bringing in someone else.
And they have to support. The thing is, single mothers have to be supported by the state. Okay.
Yeah. And the state needs the men to pay the bill.
Yeah. Well, they do. Otherwise, what if men don't participate? What's going to happen to the whole society? It's going to collapse.
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
Hey, but look, BJS, I appreciate you allowing me to come up. I'm definitely going to show you some love for this. I just had to get off my chest because that was crazy coincidence.
Like I said, China is not a feminist country. It's a matriarchy. It's a very strong, highly composed patriarchy. Okay, it always has been, and they don't play that shit. Okay, if shit gets out of hand, the men will change their law in a heartbeat. Okay,
No lie.
They don't
All
they
right,
don't play. They don't play.
yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I need to get back to watching the rest of your live because I stopped like maybe 30 minutes in. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. You take care. I'm gonna make sure I show you some love, brother. Take it easy.
Dude, Shakanulu, you can come on up, man. Okay. I go back and look at my Black Gnostic Speaks channel, 2014. Okay. 11 years. That's a MGTOW channel. Where's your MGTOW content, Shakanulu? Okay. Don't tell me what a MGTOW is, because even Hammer, right? He was just here. He's a MGTOW monk. He still comes to my channel. I got a whole bunch of MGTOW monks. What are you talking about? Can't tell me what a freaking MGTOW is. I've been a MGTOW since the 13 years. Come on, man. We just in Sweden, women are having to approach men. In Sweden, they're paying their own citizen of men and women to be together. It's because they've desocialized men to actually want marriage. Okay, it takes a lot to socialize men to be in a marriage. A lot to sacrifice. Okay, there's so much pressure on men and pressure on men to marry and take care of women. It's because it's a big sacrifice. You got to socialize that boy and that man to actually do it. And once it falls apart, men are not going to do it. That's how come they're against the red pill. Yeah, I wasn't around. I was part of the community. Okay, I wasn't around. Okay, I was part of it. There's a difference between being part of it and being around. I went back and forth with these guys. I contributed to the content. Okay, everything that I'm saying can be verified by MGTOW because it came out of their mouths. We actually argued about this shit. MGTOWs will tell you it's why MGTOWs will tell you why MGTOWs even had girlfriends, right? But thing is, the biggest thing with MGTOW is no contract with the state. It's less about women. No contract with the state. State can actually put hooks in you as far as a contract by having a kid or getting married. No contract with the state. That's like Coach Greg has no problem with tricking, okay? He don't mind having a sugar baby. If you want sex and companionship, pay her. He don't have no problem with that. No contract with the state. That's MGTOW. A turd flinging monkey. Turd flinging monkey actually came later. The TFM came later. Okay, TFM could be off the hook, but TFM went through a breakup. I don't know if was he married. I'm trying to think, was he married or not? I think TFM was married and got divorced. Okay, I do believe. Same thing with what's his name? Thinking Ape, right? I think he was married and got divorced. There's a whole bunch of guys that were in MGTOW that were married and got divorced, or had kids and went to child support. Okay, and then the younger single men that have never been married and never had kids start to come in. But in the beginning, it was all guys that had gone through the ringer. Yes, CGA has no problem with having a sugar baby. Okay, that's what it calls it. The what is it called? The junior college crowd. Okay, because it's overall cheaper. It's practical. Terrence Pop, yeah. Married men aren't free. I didn't say married men were. What are you talking about, man? What are you smoking, Lucifer? Them fumes getting to you? Those that sulfur getting into your nose, getting into your brain? What's going on with you, man? The JUCO and the massage parlor. The thing is, I don't judge people about tricking, okay? If as long as you know what it is, okay? As long as it fits your budget and then doing what you want, and it fits into what you do, because tricking is actually much cheaper than marriage. Way cheaper than marriage. Ninjas are gyno in the blood. Sheesh. That's their that's their socialization kicking in. Okay, that's what I call the winter soldier chip. And you guys are fighting the winter soldier chip. I'm not saying if you want to get married and have kids, the only reason to get married is to have children. Okay, that's really the only reason to get married. You don't need to get married for sex or companionships. Okay, if you just want companionship, you don't even need to pay. Just find some females that actually want a friend. You don't even need to pay. You just want companionship. Okay, you can go out and hit the bar, and as long as you don't fuck the chick and talk to her on the phone, all kinds of shit, she'll let you do it because she's lonely. She'll talk to you. Lucifer. I smoke purple weed. You must be inhaling them fumes, man. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. Your shit's off the hook. Inhaling fumes, but you didn't get the joke, okay? But I know pedestrians don't get the high level jokes. Most men aren't married and aren't living with a woman they're dating and are childless. Yeah, most men are. Oh hell, most young men aren't even dating. That's the problem that they're having. Okay, vagina is not even enough to attract men back into the dating market. And as the older people die that have kids, old guys like me that have had kids and some have been married and all that kind of stuff, as we die, the percentage will actually start to spike. Original MGTOW. Lucifer, are you not? When did no marriage, no cohabitation, no kids? Okay, it's because of what? Why, Lucifer? Why? Why no cohabitation? Why? What does it mean to be blue pill elsewhere? if you Gold P, if you're asking that, then you're in the wrong place. Okay. Lucifer, he's trolling. He don't know what he disagrees. That's all. Asian, that's why I don't. Men do not understand how many people and sectors or society hook into that chip. The stress of taking it out or turning it off it really is. That's how come I don't really jump on people, because I hear this shit all the time. BGS, how come you're not helping men to get married? How come you're not helping get black men and women back together? BGS, how come you encouraging black men to go overseas and find happiness? BGS, how come you're not trying to convince black men to go back and date or marry single mothers and help the community? I hear that shit all the time. Dude, Lucifer, either one or two things, man. I'm not gonna even say it, man. Just be quiet before I put you in the corner, okay? I'm not gonna insult you because my folks don't like when I start insulting people. I am an intellectual snob. You're getting ready to bring that shit out of me, okay? I'm not gonna do it right now. All right, Lucifer. Okay. Either you're an idiot that can't comprehend simple conversation, which I'm starting to think that you are. I've explained myself, okay? MGTOW, if you go back into the MGTOW tenets, basically living with a woman, especially in what we call it, what those states, common law states, okay? It's a contract with the state, okay? Common law's contract with the state. If you live with her, trying to kick her out, okay? She's set up a cohabitation. You have to evict her, okay? There's another contract with the state, okay? Children, child support, that kind of stuff, contract with the state, okay? Marriage, a contract with the state. All those three things are contracts with the state. So why do you tell you actually avoid that shit, okay? That's why I said it. And if you were part of MGTOW, you would have known what I am talking about. But you are not. You're pretending to be. That's why I know you're not MGTOW. And most MGTOWs to say they would do certain, they want to have a kid, okay? But guess what? They don't want the child support laws in the United States or the expense in the United States, okay? Some would actually, they were married. They would love to be married, but things they don't want to take the risk of being state raped, father raped by the state. There's a whole bunch of them like that. You have a lot of so-called MGTOWs that were called awakened while married. They had a lot of married MGTOWs, okay, back in the day. CGA was one of those people before he got divorced, okay? CGA gives you the game. He doesn't do it, and he doesn't put the MGTOW moniker on it because that's a death sentence. But the thing is, he gives you MGTOW game all the time. RPM was married, yeah. Barbarossa will tell you this. Barbarossa will tell you the same thing. It's avoiding state sanctions, avoiding state contracts is what MGTOW was about. At least until the state started to give men more rights and a fairer shot. That's what MGTOW was about. And I agree with it. That's why I knew it would spread. But it's not going to spread because it's not going to be popular. I say it's going to spread because the environment will make it spread. And guess what? 70% of you young guys are MGTOW now. There's a reason for that, which they didn't agree with back in 2014. They said it would never be accepted, and I knew it would. Messenger, time me out as many times as you like, my friend, but you're contradicting yourself here. The link's in the chat, man. My link is in the chat. You can come up and say, but just because you said doesn't mean that I'm doing it, okay? I've been doing this shit for 11 years, boss. The MGTOWs agree with me. I've been doing shit for 11 years. The MGTOWs agree with me. Those are my folks. They actually want me to come back. Those are my folks. They agree with me because I've proven everything that I've said. I've already proven. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Everything that I've said, even down to the mouse utopia and the spread of the mouse utopia, okay? Nameless can tell you everything that I've said we've already proven. Where's your proof? That's what I want to know. If you got a case, prove your case. I'm 100% MGTOW monk, refuse any contract with Western women due to Western laws. When I go abroad, I date nearly daily. There's an issue with the laws. Yeah, of course. That's MGTOW. CGA is a MGTOW. The thing is, okay, if you want to make money in commentary with you, especially with social media, especially with YouTube and even what's it, TikTok? Okay, you can't use MGTOW. MGTOW is a death sentence, just like the manosphere. The black manosphere is a death sentence for people that actually want to make money in doing this, right? Okay, most of the guys like Angry Man and O'Shea Duke Jackson had to get rid of the black manosphere moniker to actually start making money because it's an automatic strike. Okay, if you want to make money, you got to disavow this space. That's why he does it. I know why he does it. I don't blame him. Darius MGTOW, how come he called it Darius M, right? Okay. Darius M is Darius MGTOW. How come he says Darius M, right? It's because MGTOW is an automatic blacklist, okay? MGTOWs are blacklisted. That's like Thinking Ape doesn't use MGTOW in his branding anymore. Why? Because that's blacklisting, okay? You want to make money, you can't use MGTOW. You can't use MGTOW. You can't use manosphere. Otherwise, you're gonna get blacklisted. CJ, he got linked to a school leader. That's why he dropped the label. Okay, yeah, okay. You're gonna get blacklisted. That's a different story. That's a different subject for a different day. If you know anything about AI, go back and watch. Go back to 2013, 2014, and look and go read the World Economic Forum, the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Okay, that'll tell you all you need to know about AI and where this shit is going, or where they want it to go. Anyway, we had 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's time to get out of here. You're contradicting yourself, my friend. Bullshit. Motherfucker, you wasn't there. MGTOW was labeled as a hate group. Yes, it was. So was the manosphere and the black manosphere. They're labeled as hate groups. I said, libs say black men can talk as long as we agree with them. Once we start talking, it's Jim Crow censorship. Oh, yeah, that's why I left MGTOW. It wasn't because of, it was because of, I want to talk to black men, okay? And you can't talk black and race and all that kind of stuff in a open, so-called white manosphere, which MGTOW was. That's why we changed it to IBMOR. Of course he doesn't. That's why I know he's not a MGTOW. That's why I know they're bumping their gums. They're not MGTOWs, okay? They're bumping their gums. I was around, motherfucker. You wasn't a MGTOW. Oh yeah, Kevin Samuels was into fashion, and he was actually a style coach. Okay, he got into the manosphere through me and O'Shea Du Jackson, and I gave him. I said, can you help these so-called educated lames with all this education, all this money, and these great jobs, upgrade themselves to actually get what they want? And that's where his stuff came in. Later, Kevin Samuels actually came in with a high value man. What's the difference between a life choice and a lifestyle, Gold P? Why don't you come up, man, and talk, okay? Instead of these vague comments. Because I have no idea where you're going with this shit, man. I think I articulated what MGTOW was as a movement, okay? I think I have. I don't know where we're missing, okay? What part of my speech, what part of my explanation is missing where you can't get what I'm saying. MGTOW is a protest movement against the state. Okay, it's because MGTOWs were originally men's rights activists. Okay, and men's rights activists was not solving the problem, and they said it's better to starve the beast than to participate. Okay, that's where MGTOW came out of. You're in the chat the day you came up with the IBMOR. Okay, I wasn't in the chat, but thing is, Aragon Forest, Truth 40 asked me, and what's my other man's name, to actually start MGTOW, start IBMOR. So we started IBMOR channels. MGTOW was originally set up in the 15th century. No, get the fuck out of here, man. UK Arsenal. MGTOW manifesto blown out the water. What are you guys talking about, man? You got. What, did I miss something? Is this weed day or something? Am I missing something? Y'all smoking something today, man. Links in the chat. You all want to come up? What are you guys smoking today, man? Because you guys are way off. I explained my point. I said I don't know where you guys are coming from. Okay, I was still a MGTOW. Okay, we just don't call ourselves that. Okay. So when I hear the tenets, I know what the tenets are because I had to live it. I know what they are. A wino asked me when I turned 16, would you make a deal with the devil? I said no. He said, then let the pussy go. Don't never let the pussy get good to you. That and marry it. That is true. You should never marry for sex. Tunnel Runner, what's up?
What's up, brother? What's up?
How's my favorite dirty foot, Jose?
Doing very good. Doing very good. Just enjoying. Just came home from work. Came home to a bowl of chicken soup.
Oh shit.
And some beet juice and some homemade cornbread. So I'm doing very well. Enjoying my day off. Just came off work and everything is doing good. Everything's going good. She's up there studying her English.
Okay.
So after she finished cooking
Okay.
for me.
How's your English coming?
It's coming. She's surprised. Some days she's good, and other days she's messing up. So I mean, but it's coming along.
Oh, it's coming along. Okay, she'll get there. She'll get there. Big Trick, you got your camera on. I see your babies. We can't show your babies on camera though.
Oh yeah, no, I was just showing you.
Okay.
They like sleeping in bed together, even though it takes them an hour to go to bed because they keep on playing.
Oh well, let them wear themselves out, man.
Yeah.
Pedestrian uphill tax.
Yeah. I think these guys are trolling. Everybody knows the original MGTOWs. When you look back at the videos, most of them were divorced guys or guys that had children and didn't get married, and they had no form of custody or relationship with their kids.
Yeah.
Because what's the word when the woman gaslit them in court, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so that's what they were battling for. So it's against the social contract that the state is delivering and the contract with the state.
Yeah.
But I know y'all you don't see eye to eye with them, but Marcus, keep it 100, added something.
Okay.
What we're seeing now, because original MGTOWs, I would say more aligned with Gen X more.
Not really. The Gen X MGTOWs were ahead of the game. Okay, they actually align more with Gen Z, believe it or not.
All right. Well, what I'm saying, where it started from, more late boomers, more Gen X into like millennial. Now, what we see is because of this economy and how the math works, you have more incels that haven't experienced being married or having children.
What are incels? Involuntarily celibate.
Celibate, yes.
Okay.
And
most of these guys are not involuntarily celibate.
Yes, and that's what's taking place. And what's happening is incels are saying they're MGTOW or red pill, but they're incels, and they're within they're saying it.
Okay.
The young guys.
Remember,
and that's what they're trying to make it look like. But they're not MGTOW.
You know the socially awkward guys that cannot even talk to women and look women in the eye? Okay?
Spectrum.
On the spectrum, okay? Those are incels, okay?
Yes.
They cannot connect socially with women or even people, right? It's very difficult.
Yes.
I think the guy that killed all those people back in California back in 2014. I actually did a video on him. I can't remember his name, okay? Though that guy is an incel. He cannot connect with women, okay? He's involuntarily celibate. He cannot socially connect with women. Most of these guys out here are not involuntary celibate. Okay. Those are MGTOWs. Okay. A lot of
but what's happening commercially is they're trying to make it seem like MGTOW, incel are all within the same branch, and they're not. They're
it's because incel became a slur against men. So that's why they use it. Okay. Yep. Most black men are not gay. How come black women call you gay? It's because it's a slur, but they won't call a gay man gay. Okay, it's a slur. Okay, it's a slur to actually slag a slur a whole group of men. Okay,
and cooperating to their social ideals.
To their social ideals. Yeah, that's why. Okay, that's why it takes places like this to actually identify what's a MGTOW and what's an incel. MGTOW is too dangerous, okay? Because MGTOW they don't have an answer for, but incel they do. You can shame a man with incel. You can't shame a man with MGTOW. They tried, but it didn't work. In fact, more men became MGTOW. Most of these guys are voluntarily celibate. They don't want a girlfriend. They don't want to get married. They don't want sex is too expensive. They could do it if they wanted to pay. They want to go through the whole ritual of doing that shit. They could do it. They could pay for it. They could go overseas and get it. Okay, they don't have to be celibate. Why are they doing it? It's voluntary. So that's the difference between an incel, which they brand people, and a MGTOW. I used to binge on Sandman MGTOW I got tired of Sandman stealing my content though. I used to binge on Sandman's content. Yeah, Sandman used to steal a whole bunch of my content. Dr. Marifa, salute BGS escalated tax to go get some Firestone sandals after this. Dr. Marifa, okay. After that Qatar thing, man, this shit is blowing the hell up, man. People are going nuts. What's going on in the UN, man? They talk about moving the UN out of the United States, man, because they can't stand the United States running that shit, man. You know, and I know that you're connected, so man, keep me abreast, man. This shit is going ballistic, man. Okay. With the UK, France, all this shit's going ballistic, man. This shit's going faster than I actually thought it would. So keep me abreast.
I'm loving watching all the protests.
Oh man, well, you haven't seen nothing yet. The shit that's going on in was it? And I'm late. No, in the Orient. What country is that? Where they actually Gen Z's actually going nuts and burning shit down.
In Africa, right?
No. It's in Asia.
Indonesia.
No, it's not Indonesia. It's another country. I can't remember the name of it.
Was it France? You talking France?
No. It's in Asia.
Oh, Asia. I don't know that.
The Gen Z protest where they're burning shit down. I can't remember the name of the country. Okay, but they're burning shit down. Okay, and that's what's getting ready to happen with Gen Z. When Gen Z can't work and can't feed themselves, they're gonna go nuts. Okay, it has nothing to do with women or being lonely. Seeing as I can't eat, I can't buy a house, I can't live by myself. Blah blah blah. They're gonna go nuts, and you motherfuckers are stealing. Okay.
Right. What I was coming to address was I said that MGTOW started in the 15th century, and on their website, when they had it, when they had their website, so they said all the inventors who were part of MGTOW and their statements, and it says on their website at the time before the feminists took it down, that MGTOW started in the 15th century by a group of bachelors.
Bachelors have been around for a long time, but the MGTOW.
Yeah, we know that. I'm saying it was started in the 15th century.
You had bachelors. You had bachelors in Greece and Rome, man. That's not new. Okay.
No, I'm not saying it's new, Dad. I said it was started by a group of bachelors who didn't want to be part of the system then.
That's not new. That's not okay. I understand that the ambiance and the behavior has been around for a long time. That's not new, okay?
No, but people.
BGS, they said it's Naples.
People think that MGTOW started when YouTube started or whatever.
It did.
No, it's been around.
UK. Listen to me, okay?
It was set up by a group of white men.
UK, you're going to have to listen more than you talk. I know in Britain, you guys talk over each other. That's common, okay? In the United States, we actually don't do that shit, okay? MGTOW as a movement started in 2011, okay? As a movement. It was very small then, okay? Bachelorhood has been around forever, okay? Now the behavior has been around forever, but the movement didn't start till 2011.
No, the movement was around before that.
No, it wasn't.
It was. In the 15th century, if they started if that website come back again, you'd see that it was put on it that it was started in the 15th century, so they were lying then.
It's like saying socialism started in Greece or something like that. Okay, maybe the behavior did, but the thing is, the actual movement did not. Okay, you can't retroactively put a movement someplace to a different time period. Okay.
It did, and I stick by what I said, and it told you all the inventors who were MGTOW and their statement.
Your Stoics were doing the same shit in Rome, man. It's not new. But the movement itself, the branded movement itself, started in 2011. Okay. Now they can retroactively say, "Oh, it's actually started in 15 cents." You know, it didn't. They're doing that shit. They've been doing that shit. It's not new.
Yeah, I seen the first MGTOW videos, and they were at courthouses, and
Yeah,
they got laughed out of there pretty much.
yeah, they
And
did.
people couldn't comprehend because people are socialized to believe certain things.
Even the MGTOWs didn't believe it would spread. Okay, me and Stardust, which is Thinking Ape now, we had a big blowout behind that shit. Yeah. Oh, it needs to be a private club because it's not going to spread, and most people won't accept it.
Yeah.
I said bullshit, man. I said this will actually get legs as young kids start to get disillusioned. It's going to start to spread because the environment is going to make it spread.
2011 was an interesting time too. People were experiencing, like I said, I saw Gen Z kids, parents getting divorced left and right, and that was the beginning of Obama and paying off the banks and people losing their jobs, losing their homes, and there was so much chaos that it wasn't a primary focus. I would say, even though people knew it was proactively happening, they didn't have the verbiage for it because we were just now getting smartphones, getting connected to the extreme that we are now.
I mean, the thing I try to be, okay, I try to be on my channel is be historically accurate as I can. Okay, don't put a movement in some place where it does not belong. Okay, socialism didn't come about until 1762 with Rousseau and the social contract. That's the beginning of socialism. Okay, even though the tenets that go all the way back to what's his name? They talked about the they talked about the overarching state. Can't remember his name. Okay, feminism didn't start until 1804. Okay, in as far as protest. Okay, even though other people have talked about that, like 2 centuries earlier. The thing is, you can't start movement will happen when it happens. You can't retroactively place a movement someplace. The ideas might have been there, but the movement wasn't there. Okay, ideas have been around for a long time about bachelorhood. That's why they call it bachelorhood. So I call them bachelors. In fact, you go back to Rome, they had the bachelor tax goes back to what, Rome and Greece. It's not new.
Yes.
Okay.
I like looking at the Prohibition era because it's when you watch those Christian conservative mothers. I forgot. I think it's called Christian conservative. What is it called? The Christian conservative mothers are.
What about them?
But they're the ones that basically took away brothels, alcohol, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Why do you think they did it?
They said we want our husbands to be at home with us, conversating with us. But they go to brothels and then they come home drunk and just look at our asses.
And so you think brothels and bars are free?
No, they're not free.
So where some of the marital resources go when the brothels and the bars are open?
It went to the 10% of women.
Exactly. That's why they wanted to close. It's economics.
Yep.
And MGTOW started 2010, 2012, 1500s, bro. Well, yeah, I know. But the thing is, black people are especially bad at this, man, about trying to retroactively paint something and name something that shouldn't be named. I'm just going to say it. It's supposed to be true. It's not true. Okay. Trust and believe. I've been in MGTOW long enough, around enough, going back and forth with these people for years. Okay, for years, going back and forth with the documents they put up. Okay, so I've been in the thick of the stuff. I hadn't just been an observer. I've been in the thick of it, going back and forth with people. I had shit stolen from me by Sandman and a few others. Okay, for years.
Oh yeah, Sandman steals stuff. I used to listen to him in like 2017. I thought it was just funny, and I understood what he was saying because I was a black guy, and I've seen shit because I'm a military brat. The guy's off himself and everything, and so I used to listen to him, and he had a black brother in the room, and it almost sounded like he grabbed his wrist and told him to be quiet when it came to race. And I said, "Oh, I see now why they look at things like they do," and I stopped pretty much listening to Sandman.
Yeah, no, brothers were not going their own way in the 1970s, bro.
Nope.
I was a teenager in the 1970s. Brothers were not going their own way. Okay, they were not. Even back in 1970, most black men were married. Up until men stopped getting married in like the mid 80s, when crack came in, when these women went off the rail. You go back and look at the stats.
BGS, the funniest one that they stole from you, GG, and a few others is when they said gynocracy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Afro-American come up with the exact date.
Oh
the
my
exact date,
God.
1521. 1521.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Where did the acronym MGTOW come from? The movement started in 2011, bro. It wasn't in the 15th century. Okay.
Yeah, what are they trying to like compare similarity to something like Rome when the guys
Yeah,
left Rome or something?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, words. Okay, we have
Okay.
something similar. The idea started or came about. Okay, ideas can come about. Okay. The ideas about the vote started in England in the 15th century. It didn't come about even in England until the 19th century. Okay, you cannot place a movement. Okay, you can't place a movement until the movement actually comes about. Okay, you can't say these small group of guys started a movement. No, they didn't. Okay.
Yeah, you can use similar philosophies from the prior years and historic. That's what we're built on.
Democracy as a concept was in Greece, okay, 3,000 years ago. It didn't come about until what? Until the fucking 18th century. As a movement. So go pee, bro. Wake up and understand your questions or who you are. I don't know. Go back to hospital. Y'all stop, okay? Y'all stop. We all be nice, okay? And the link is in. If y'all want to argue, the link is in. If y'all want to argue this shit. The thing is, I was part of the movement, okay, and they will tell you who the fathers of the movement actually are. It wasn't people in the 15th century, okay. The idea may have come about if you read back there. Most of these cats didn't live in the 15th century. There is no thread that leads from the 15th century to the modern day 2011. There's no thread. If you can find a thread that actually links a movement from the 15th century up until now, please show it to me.
Hey, BGS, can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
BGS is right.
If you can come up with documentation that lead me with a thread about MGTOW, it's the initial point in what the movement actually kept going up until 2011. Please show it to me, and I'll agree with you.
Now back then,
movements just don't go away. Okay, they continue until they realize their goals. Okay. Feminism. Most women don't even know what the fuck feminism is. They just said it showed up one day. Somebody taught it to them. There's actually a thread where feminism actually started. Okay, it started with the Industrial Revolution, according to the social contract. You go back and look at it. You actually spot when it started. Okay, and why it started, and how, and the momentum of how it came about. Okay, there's actually a whole chain of events that caused it. Okay, you actually go back and find it. If you can find the same thing with MGTOW, please do it. Just saying it doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, show me the connection between those people that said something back then and what's happening right now. Okay, they're two different things. Okay. Now, if you got something, please show me. Okay. You say, go P, you're trying to be respectful. You aren't trying to be respectful. You're trying to be passive aggressive. You clearly have no idea about MGTOW. And we have been in this movement for years and years. Lobotomy reverse it. I'm telling you, as a MGTOW, okay? I used to get a lot of shit for being a MGTOW. As a MGTOW, a current practicing MGTOW, okay? Current practicing MGTOW monk. I'm telling you what the fuck it is. Now, if you're a MGTOW, you're currently a MGTOW, and actually a practicing MGTOW, we can have a debate. Are you a MGTOW? If you're not, it's like I can't argue with Leon about being married because I'm not married. Okay, I ain't arguing with him about his marriage. I'm not married. I can give him advice, but I can't argue with him because he's married. Okay, He's got kids. Okay, I can't argue with
No,
that.
I don't believe in 80% of it. So,
Well,
my,
with black marriages, especially
yeah,
black covenant marriages, man, you throw the shit in the pot for a reason. The family and the marriage and the kids are more important than you and her and what your happiness
yep,
is. That's the bottom
yep.
line. Okay, most guys who come in a marriage, bitch, make the shit work, except for my goddamn nerves. That's what it comes down to for a black man being married, right? I got kids, I got a house, I got bills, I got to make this shit work, and you have to help make this shit work. Make this shit work, stay off my fucking nerves, okay? If you got a
Yeah.
problem, speak up. So we got to solve this shit.
Give her 15 minutes at night, not 30.
15 is not enough, man. I'm sure
I know. I'm just talking shit.
she's chasing you, but that shit does work, doesn't it?
Yeah, it works. It works. It works.
That's why I said it, and I saved a whole bunch of marriages by suggesting that.
Oh man.
This conversation is like when we try to tell people Jordan is the GOAT, and all people are saying the new basketball keep saying LeBron. Well, that's it. That's their opinion. That's fine. The thing is, you can't quantify two people that are not playing each other.
Not only that, you can't. You have to really look at what Jordan did for the NBA, and that's the conclusion.
Well, the thing is, but there would be no Jordan if there was no Magic or Bird. Okay, there would be no Jordan. Jordan couldn't have done what he done without Magic or Bird first. Magic and Bird changed the whole NBA around. Okay, and then Jordan took it to a new level. But the thing is, there would be no Jordan without Magic or Bird.
Yep, and both of them beat Jordan. So
yeah, well, the thing was, it wasn't Jordan's time. Teams win championships, not players. Just talk to my son about me and my mom's marriage. Work. We know we have issues. We talk about it and work it out. The thing is, just like with your work buddies, just like your family, any of that shit, man. Okay, y'all don't always agree to get along. The thing is, what's the goal? Okay, what's your goal for being? Why'd you get married? What is your goal? Okay, your goal, you're getting married. After a while, it's not to live happily ever after. That's just not gonna happen. Even before you marry, that shit's not gonna happen. Okay, it's not gonna work out well. I'm blissfully happy my whole time with her. Okay, I can stand her. She can work with me. We can actually do things together. Okay, that's why you get married. If I'm wrong, Leon.
Nope. The easiest way to get along with your woman is not to watch the TV show, and then when she's actually annoying, you cut on the TV show that you've been wanting to watch, and the whole conversation is dead.
Can you tolerate her enough to actually
Just stay around
and stay around and make whatever you think you have work? Okay.
Yep.
Like
I like to say,
all
the
you got to
easiest
do
way to do
is
that.
keep feeding me, and I stay happy.
Well, the thing is in most traditional societies, the women are taught to please their husband, okay, to keep the family together. So that's like sex is not as big a deal. I know to keep this dude happy, keep this working, and keep the family functioning, I have to get this dude pussy, okay? They bend over without a complaint. My job is to keep him happy, keep him fed, okay? So he can keep working and keep the family going. That's his job. My job is keep him happy and take care of him and the family. That's my job, okay? Now, feminism and Western society fucks all that up. Women actually want to be men. They want to be men with the good stuff, not the bad stuff.
Hey, your girl Ebony K. Williams said she is the man she was looking for.
It's obvious, yeah. We knew that.
Yeah, she just came out and said it. There ain't nobody else for me. That's why I'm having this baby by myself. I don't want to divorce a man and have him take my money.
She's replicating her mother. That's why the bus. Yeah. So Iana used the bus driver instance because your mother is a bus driver, but you want to marry somebody like your mother.
Yeah, my mom says she's broken. She's broken.
Who? Ebony K?
That's what my mom is.
Something's wrong with her.
She's not broken. She has a bad personality. She can't get along with people. Even her friends say the same thing, right? When she dates, they say, Ebony, can you shut up for a minute? Because she wants to argue all the time. Okay. She can't get along with a man. Everybody knows that. You're good for two things: being on my arm in a party and spreading your legs. That's it. Other than that, I actually don't want to really be around you. Okay. She's a mean. Yeah, she is a mean person.
Yep. It's kind of sad when you see a woman, her in her prime. You know, when she was in her prime, very beautiful lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she like it's cool to be a mean girl when you're that pretty, but she's a whole nother level of just like it's
What
like but damn,
behind every pretty girl, you're gonna see a man that don't want to be around her no more, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the woman, she doesn't have no compassion for anybody. She's all talking about excellence and all of this stuff, but she doesn't understand that even though at her level, there's still guys above her. You know, so
You got the camera on, Elijah.
So they don't want her. The guys that at her level, because there are other black lawyers, the other black presenters and newsmen, you know, but they don't want her.
She's mean, man. It comes across in her speech that she's mean. That's like she never gotten married or couldn't stay married. Okay, she mean. She admits that. I'm not a wife. She admits that. I'm not a good wife.
That's the one good thing about it. So that lets everybody.
But it took her to get to be 40 to actually admit that, though.
Yeah, correct.
But BGS, you don't think that's a broken woman?
No.
Why not?
I got a daughter that's mean, so I know she's born that way.
Ebony's born that way.
Yeah, that's her personality.
Yeah, she's from. You know how I like to say I like Louisiana women. Louisiana women are so used to running their men anyway, to some level of extent, and it goes over a lot of people's heads. It's like no, the women really run everything.
They do.
American black females.
No,
I'm talking about Louisiana though.
Louisiana black women, which was one of them, they do want to run their family. Okay, my mother, I asked her to correct my mother today. So, baby, I'm 66. You can't over talk me that way. I'm old. Okay,
right.
I'm not a 5-year-old. You got to stop. Okay?
Yeah, my people are from Louisiana, and
you know what I'm talking about young women. Then, okay,
yeah. But
Louisiana, it's such a different. It's the same thing, but they're just it's different, man.
It is different. My people from Sweet Pole, man. I know. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
my people from Gulfport.
Mine from Minden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they run. That's the gynocracy. The only bigger gynocracy is Georgia. Okay, is Atlanta.
Yeah. The only what?
Bigger gynocracy. Those are bougie gynocrats in Georgia, though.
You leave my Georgia women alone with their red bottom shoes, making 150,000 still broke.
And letting you know they're wearing red bottom shoes too, don't they?
Yep. Still begging, still begging.
And still begging and wanting you to bow down at the same time, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Kind of crap. All right. Got a few more minutes. Y'all jump in. I am a fan of Ebony K. Williams, really. Okay. Good for you. Okay, good for you.
And that's good because Ebony's not even a fan of herself.
Ebony's been a bitch her whole life, man. It's not new.
Yeah, nothing new.
You
can tell that fanboy she's looking to date with her baby. She's looking to date.
She look for it. She want to date, but saying she knows she can't be in the house with a man. She's a bitch. She knows that. Yeah, you can't tolerate me forever. My fiance told me I have to give you a break. You can't tolerate me 24/7. She was right though.
She's repeating and reliving her mother. She's stuck in that cycle.
Yeah, but her mother doesn't have her personality though.
Right.
Her mother's much more kind and caring than she is.
Right.
That's why she thought she would never have kids.
Her mother was more just that period of Louisiana history. That's all that was. That's why she was single.
Yeah. That's like Ebony K. Williams didn't know who her father was till she was like 30.
I think she named her baby Liberty or something like that.
Yeah, freedom from
Liberty.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, liberty isn't freedom now.
Liberty
is freedom.
It is freedom.
Not exactly.
Exactly.
Freedom is not what you think it is. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Liberty comes from the Latin word liberi, and that's what the Romans called their children because children are free.
Yes, that's liberty. Yeah, they're free.
Yes.
Okay.
But Ebony's psychological problems is your same-sex parent gives you education, your opposite sex parent gives you validation. And she didn't since her father wasn't present in her life, she has no validation on her femininity or womanhood.
It doesn't matter, okay? If you're born an evil woman, you're going to remain an evil woman, okay?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you where it comes from.
That's Ebony's problem. She's not broken. She's just an evil woman. She knows that.
Yeah.
She knows that. She could have been married, had plenty of guys, right?
Right.
She'll tell you she can't get along with men because she's mean, okay? She want to run shit. And she said that.
Yeah, that's true. That meanness comes from unresolved issues and
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does not. I got a baby, little girl. She had no unresolved issues coming out of the womb, did she?
No, I mean in interpersonal relationships.
There's a little girl just born that's mean when she's born. Have unresolved issues. Does she?
Mean? Does a little? Say that again.
A little girl that's born mean comes out the womb mean and with her fist balled up. Does she have issues already?
Dang, she came out like that?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I know. Okay, that's her personality. It has nothing to do with her issues. Okay, she's born like that. You met people like that. Okay, they're just mean. They're just born that way. That's their personality. She got a pretty personality. Okay, my baby daughter has that kind of personality. Okay, everybody knows that.
Okay,
that's why I know. Okay, I saw the little girl being born. Okay, coming out the womb. Okay,
you in the delivery room.
Yes, I saw the nurse pull the baby out. Okay,
right, head first.
Head first. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And she's raised the same way the other two raised. The other two don't have that kind of problem. Okay, it's not issues. She's born that way. Everybody knows it. MDK Williams reminds me of my daughter. Okay, she's born that way.
That's why I don't believe in blank slate theory. I don't believe in it. I think kids are born with what their personality. And it shows.
You have two children, right, Leon? Okay.
Yes, sir.
You saw their personalities coming out of the womb, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that blank slate shit is bullshit. You're born with your personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is blank? Oh, blank slate. Right.
Yeah.
Like people that adopt kids a lot, they always say like, I want a baby with a blank slate instead of like adopting a kid that's 3. And it's like that's not.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. They already have a personality as it develops.
Yeah, and the reason your personality and your environment kind of shape who you are is because whatever you as add to it or as you detract from it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's when issues come in. Okay. But
and how they kind of
go ahead.
How they kind of found out about it was they separated twins. And what they found was that the twins did similar things. Like they would wake up and jog. They would have similar drinks and behaviors that they would do. And they were like, okay, so there's a part of environment, then there's a part of, just natural personality.
Right. I mean, how can kids raised in the exact same family have very distinct personalities in the exact same family?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, children listen and learn while they're growing in the womb, and they're affected by that environment.
Come on, man. Come on
what?
Come on, man.
They're more affected by like the hormones that the parents and the stress and that kind of stuff. But that's still not going to totally affect their personality.
No, they're born. Okay, your genes determine what kind of personality you're going to have. Okay, it's your genes. So it's not gonna be, you can actually trace it back to somebody in your family. Okay, your genes determine that shit. And it mixes your gene. Now, your environment can help or hurt it. Okay, it took a lot to actually keep my baby girl actually being destructive with her personality. She's actually quiet because she's actually very mean. Okay, everybody knows that shit. Okay, she's born that way.
You had to tone her down.
Yeah, you had to tone her down a lot.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, she'd been MDK Williams on steroids. Okay, you had to tone her down a lot. But that's her personality. That's why I know.
I
From
got a
Adam,
relative like that. Makes a great lawyer, but not a great wife.
yes, okay, yeah. They're born for certain roles, okay, but that's their personality, okay. Otherwise, it wouldn't count for anything, okay. We all be the same. We're not blank slates. Amy K. Williams is just a mean woman. That's all she is, okay. That's why she can't get married or stay married, and she knows that. She tried it once. That's why she don't blame him. And hear it in her tone, the way she talks, okay, how she talks about people. She's mean, okay.
Yeah, and my personality is an uppity Negro. I understand why all my uncles and my grandfathers left Mississippi because they would have got hung.
Yeah, I would have too.
And it connects. It purely connects why I can't endure being in Mississippi. Something about it. I'm too uppity, outspoken, all that.
Oh yeah, you'd be part of the. You would not be able to reproduce. They killed you a long time ago. Yeah. Each pup will have their own personality, right or wrong. Yeah. You see with animals, same thing. Okay, with personalities. Okay, mice, animals, they're all born different personalities. Okay, people, elephants. Okay, it's not something that's uncommon. Things we actually want to philosophize biology. You can't. Oh, this has to do with nature and nurture and how you're taught in your environment and your trauma. Bullshit. Okay. Trauma, most what they call trauma is just life. Okay. Everything's a trauma. I was spoiled by my mother. That's a trauma. Okay. I went to upscale school. I wanted Jordans instead of Adidas. That's the trauma.
Yeah, that has nothing to actually do with your personality.
No, female shit. Okay. Anyway.
Hey, greetings, BGS. You know what's crazy about like this past week and a half with Ebony K is it's just that she's just like you could tell like she's just like when you say she's a wicked, pretty evil woman.
Yes.
Like, and it's so difficult to just sit there and listen to her. So again, as she says, "Oh, I need a," and you said it like most men would a real masculine man could not, and she could not be around a masculine man because he's gonna if back in the day you could put your hands on her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even then, I don't think that would break her. I think that she would probably try to take him out, poison him.
She would poison you. She would poison you.
Like
she would.
she is that type of woman.
She is.
You know what I'm saying? And she's intelligent, but she uses her intelligence in a negative way.
Yeah.
And for me, like I'm sitting here listening to her, I'm like, oh my God, I can't take it because she's so just evil. You know what I'm saying? And for men, and now these guys, like, oh, she's pretty. Well, she was pretty. Now she's the wall. You can see the wall. You can see the wall. And my next point is to the British guy. Like I can tell you, like for the last 10 years, like MGTOW, like 2016, 2015, 2017. You heard it. So I don't know what he's talking about, the 1500s.
He's talking about one video, one reference, and he basically can't come up with corroborating evidence. Okay.
Yeah, and to say what he say, like, bro, prove it. Like
yeah,
he can't prove it.
I know.
And it's insane. Like you said, like to even listen to those Brits talk, like, oh, I'm from Nigeria, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, no, you're hit. You know, like that whole culture over there is just.
It's different. It's not American. It's not American.
Terrible. Like
that's not terrible. It's just different, man. It's not bad, worse or better. It's just different. That's all.
I know it's different, but BGS, one of my really good friends, and we traveled together, like literally. We traveled together, and he's from Birmingham. And
Okay.
he told me what it's like. He's like, bro, it's bad, man. It's bad. It's so bad. And I'm just like, he's like, the women, you can't trust the guys. The guys are snaking. You know, the guys are snaking each other. The women are snaking the man. And I said, bro, it's the West. So I'm trying to explain to him. And I told him, like, when you go to South America, it's gonna be different, right?
Yeah.
And he's gone to Asia. He hasn't been to Africa, and he stayed in Asia for like 2 years.
Okay.
And he loved it. And now he's back in England, and he does it and he hates it.
Because it's not traditional. You have to adapt to it. If you rock with it, it's fine. If you don't rock with it, you got to leave.
Yeah, and that's what I told him. So right now he's actually training to get into IT and get his cert so he can get up out of there and go back to Asia because he found the place where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Like he found the place where he wants to be. They're very traditional.
Yeah.
He had a lot of success. You know, for me personally, I have a ton of success in the South America.
Okay.
I know that
shout out to my dirty foot Jose's. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, like you say, a lot of people don't realize it. South America's culture is very similar to America. Like they have there's a lot of single mothers. There's a lot of dirty foot Jose's knocking them down. It's insane. And when I compare it to black culture in South America, I'm like, man, I see it. I see beautiful.
It's the environment. Okay, it's going to be different. It's going to be operate differently, but saying it's the environment of westernization and Western infrastructure is causing it. Okay.
And fun fact,
as soon as you start giving women jobs, it starts. Okay.
Yes. And education. And education.
Yeah.
And I see it because I like to stay in Buenos Aires in downtown area of Medellin, and I see more and more feminists. I see these beautiful, I see these Colombian women cutting.
Yeah. The environment, but they're years behind where we are. That's the problem. This shit didn't start till like 20 when I traced it back 2005, 2010, right? It's just on steroids. That's all.
Hey, to the brother talking about the global South, Brazil. What's the young brother from Dallas, right down the street from me, that went to Brazil?
You're talking about Austin.
Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
He's in Kenya. He's in Kenya now, though.
So you remember we did the background check on the lady that wrote the article about him? Her husband owns some industry corn. You know what I'm saying? He produces corn.
Okay.
And
in Brazil?
Yes.
Okay.
If you look up that light-skinned lady, she's Brazilian. She's married to a white guy. And when we looked them up, he has a few corn studios, and they were losing money because of passport bros.
Really?
Yes.
How
are they losing money with passport bros?
Like I thought I told you that. I thought I sent you the article, then sent you her husband.
No.
But I'm telling you.
How are they losing money though?
You have okay. Think about this. The girls only get paid like $10 a scene.
Oh, okay. So basically, in other words, basically they're ruining the market because the guys are going out dating and bringing up the price. Okay, all right, I get it.
Yes,
it makes sense.
And like I said, if you find a light skinned lady, she has shorter hair. She identifies as a feminist, but she's married to a white guy that owns studios.
Yeah,
that does adult content.
Yeah. The thing is, when American dollars come into a country, they'll nix that in a hurry because white guys bring in more money, okay, and white guys want to come down there and trick, so they're gonna nix that in a hurry, and which they did. The shit went away. It wasn't even 6 months. The shit went away.
You know what's crazy, BGS, is that when I'm in Colombia, I see a ton of white guys, and they separate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a couple cool ones that are like relatable, cool. They love, you know what I'm saying? They're friends with everyone. I have a couple guys that I've met like that, right? But for, I say 99% of the white guys that you see, they're not talking, they're not sharing tips, but you see them coming and going.
Because black guys are competition to them, okay, to their status. That's why they always have been. The BBC is real, okay? And speaking of white guys' mind, the BBC is real, okay? Can't let a black guy get a foothold into the market.
But for me, it's like the women, they've already tasted the chocolate, right? And it's over. And literally, it's over. They're hooked.
A white guy and a black guy with the same status, you probably pick the black guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're very right.
And that's
Because
that's what's happening in Kenya right now with the black passport bros. Okay, in other words, they're starting to take over the markets, which is why the white guys are upset.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So you're saying that's why Austin Holloman is eating and very successful there as
Yes,
we would
in
call it.
Kenya. Yeah, he's very famous in Kenya right now. Yeah. And because when they actually meet black men from America, because black men actually trained to serve their women, number one, okay, entertain their women, number two, and deliver sex, okay. That's what women actually want. So, oh, we're gonna rock with these guys. We actually like them better. And there's just not enough of us. That's all. Anyway.
Well, especially with that one guy that said, as he said, do not come over here, blah blah blah. They're average, and I'm just like, bro, most people are average. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do not come over here if they're average. What's average? Women or what?
No, yeah, you're talking about the women. That one brother that was over in Asia. That matter of fact, he got stuck in the DR and was begging people for money. I don't remember his name.
Okay. I mean, okay, you got 184 countries, man. Pick one. If the women you don't like the women in that country, pick another country.
But you know what's crazy is that he's like average, like below average himself. He's overweight.
Well, then, if you don't like the women there, stay home. You don't have to go nowhere. Stay home.
No, him. I'm talking about him. Me personally.
The thing is, why do you travel for women if you don't like them? Why you spend all that money? Go through all that trouble. You can stay home.
Or have your fans, as he said, like, oh, I didn't pay for the trip. His supporters pay for his trip. And
Okay, fine.
Like,
yeah,
he's a clown, man. He's a clown. Don't even. He's not even worth talking about.
I mean,
he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just out there trying to get views.
Why put your people on blast like that? Your supporters, you're supposed to thank them, okay, and be humble with that because they're supporting you. They give. If somebody gives me $1, they have to work for that goddamn dollar. I actually appreciate $1. I appreciate $1. They have to work for that shit. I don't take that lightly.
Can I say something?
And half of his fans want to see him crash out anyway, so they're not even.
Yeah,
guy's a mess.
He's an entertainer. Okay, go ahead, say something.
Hey, everyone who's listening to this, please support BGS. Hit the Cash App. Send him beer money, burrito money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, BGS, you know I support you. I love you. I hit your Cash App.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I appreciate you even allowing me up here. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy that the wrong people are putting out the wrong message about traveling, you know, and the moniker that passport bros have out here or travel bros, period. You know, I like to call myself a travel bro.
Don't matter. Yeah.
You know, but
I'm
out of here.
But the thing is, you're showing the receipts, okay? People saying that this is not true. Well, I'm here. I'm showing the receipts, okay? I'm running the experiment. It's true what they're saying, okay? The good and the bad, okay? It's not all good.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's called learning, okay? It's not all good here. In fact, it's probably more bad here than good, okay? That's why you left.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, though, is that recently some of my family was hating on me.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because they can't control me.
Okay.
And I was explaining this to my nephew that my niece, that she talks about me behind my back because I travel.
Okay.
And even though she travels, right?
Okay.
She's on a cruise. She's in Mexico, right? And I'm just like, this is insane that as a young black woman, that you're hating on a black man that's twice your age, and then you're doing what he's doing.
No, she's doing what she can't do what you do because she's a woman.
I was going to say that exactly. Black women cannot travel like black men can travel. They can't do it. And when they talk and say about, I don't like, that's their, that's the way they see it. You can have a totally different experience. You can never take a woman's travel experience because they live a whole different life than men. They're looking there to get resources.
Yeah, women are sellers and men are buyers. Okay,
correct.
You don't want to sell 10 cents on a dollar, but you want to buy 10 cents on a dollar. Same
all these
thing,
women on the internet
different
talking
aspect.
about their bad experiences. It's a reason why they're having some of these bad experiences. They're looking for men to take care of them and treat them and do it, and it doesn't happen for them. But
Yeah.
we go over there and we're looking to provide and protect for a woman, and we get results. And they can see that we do it correctly. And the soldiers that went out there first.
The thing is, if you travel to date, you're dating the men in that culture. You're not trying to date men from your culture. Men that travel are not trying to date black women, American black women. They're not. I didn't leave to America to actually do. I could stay at home and didn't done that. Okay, I'm traveling to actually date women in that culture. Okay, that's the big difference. Okay, you're not
It's a
trying to
big
date.
difference.
It's a big difference. Okay,
Yeah,
and they're coming over there looking for you. I
You
don't
got a
want
group of black women in Thailand
Yeah.
that are just losing their mind. They cannot find any Thai men. They can't find any black American men. And they are going to, and some of them have to find each other, and then that doesn't work out. So and they have money. They have everything they're supposed to want, but they can't get what they really want.
At least when the white women travel, they have it right. Okay, I know that I have more money. I know I have a superior position. I'm going to pay. Okay, white women actually don't want to do that. Okay.
Yeah, what they established is basically black women are in a vicarious position because they have Western standards, and it's inflated. So if they go to the global South or South America, they might find a guy that they can have sex with. If they go to the islands, they can find a guy that they can have sex with,
Yeah.
but they're not going to find the same level of income. So if they go to Africa, you're dealing with the cops aren't going to be called. But when you go to Europe, they're still not happy. They're still not happy because a lot of those places date very egalitarian, and you're going to pay the bills. So Germany, France, Britain, they'll date black women, but it's like, hey, you're paying half the bill when we go out to eat.
The thing is they're expecting the same kind of deference from those men that they get from black men. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
Even in African countries, it's not going to happen. Okay.
And you always hear them complaining over in Asia. All they want to talk about is sex. All they want to do is have sex because that's all they want from you. They don't want nothing else from you. They don't want marriage. They want to and right away, quick, fast, in a hurry. That's all they want you for, and so that's all they can get.
All they want you for is your money.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Men accept it. Okay, I'm willing to exchange my money to get what I want, and men don't have a problem with that. Okay.
Total submission. I like BGS. I just got back literally last Thursday, last Wednesday, last Thursday. When I was there, it was total submission.
Yeah.
Total submission. It's insane. From a doctor. Like dating a doctor. Total submission. A doctor cooks, clean, sucks and fucks and shuts the fuck up.
Yeah. It's called training. Okay.
It's insane, and yes, comes from a 2-parent household. You know,
You could take a single mother in Latin America who's going to be trained the exact same way as a 2-parent household. The woman's going to come out almost the same. Okay, the mother's going to train her to serve a man. Okay, she is.
It's insane.
Oh, let me tell you, my cousin tried to argue with me, and I said, bro, look at Reg. His wife is Hawaiian. Your wife, your first wife was from the Dominican Republic. Your new wife, yes, she's in her 40s, but we're almost 40 anyway. She's from Colombia. I said, bro, we grew up around black women that lived off post, but you did the same thing I did. Reggie did the same thing. Our other boy did the same thing. All our wives are not FBA 100%. Either a parent the dad is black, but the mom is like Japanese or Korean or Filipino or this. So we're very aware. For some reason, we all selected these type of women.
Yeah, yeah.
So
go ahead and finish.
You shouldn't talk negatively about the passport bros because they're proactively doing the same things that your dad did. We just call it expat.
Okay. Rich Turner says, go on and get your neck bone and giblet gravy plate, OG. Appreciate you, Rich. The thing is, we're actually running the experiment, right? And proving what we've been saying is correct. Okay. Nothing to argue about anymore. Okay. It's obvious now. It's on wax or tape or film, as they say. Okay, the proof is already there. Terrell single-handedly responsible for passport bros blowing up. I saw the video in Brazil, sir. Okay. Ah.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
With Charles Tyler.
Okay.
In 2015.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, we had to record this. We
Yeah.
had to
Oh, I
record
remember
it.
that. I remember that. Yeah.
And she showed like I mean, dude, that like honestly, BGS,
Mm-hmm.
I still know that black chick. I know her.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
still single.
Yeah.
A single mother, two different baby daddies.
Okay.
A beautiful body. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
Beautiful body, but everything that's coming out of
She
that mouth.
she never married one of them, did she?
No.
Okay.
And I'm
Why?
talking about I'm talking about like, man, Lord have mercy. That
Yeah.
ass on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but then guess what? I go to South America.
Mm-hmm.
I meet I meet a chick, has a job,
Mm-hmm.
traditional, long black hair,
Mm-hmm.
real, no weave,
Mm-hmm.
same ass.
Okay.
It's crazy.
The woman came down to Brazil and got around you for what? Why was she around you guys?
Because she felt more comfortable. And she felt comfortable. She was like, "Oh yeah, I can get these guys to give me some attention." Because again, literally, her friend that was also, it was like five of them. It was five of them, so it was more than just her.
Okay.
They could not get the Brazilian men to sleep with them. Her friend went to the club. We went to the club together,
Okay.
and she could not throw the pussy away. No one wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what it was. I'm like, damn, this is crazy, right? And then one guy was like, hey, he wanted some money. He
Huh?
wanted some money.
Yeah, of
And he
course.
told her straight up. And
Yeah,
she
pay
said,
me.
there's no way I'm gonna pay him. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
And my dumb ass was giving too much attention to the black chick. You know what I'm saying? With that, it was the ass. I'll be honest with you.
No,
I'll be honest with everyone.
there's plenty of ass in Brazil. It's training. Okay. There's tons of ass.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
Yes,
Her
thank you.
her her ass ain't no better than Brazilian women down there. Okay, ain't no better.
And guess what? When I realized that, boom,
Mm-hmm.
I gave my attention to the Brazilian.
You
You know
had
what I'm
to
saying?
you had to deactivate that chip. That's what you
I
had to do.
did. I did that. I had like once you realize, I'm like, oh man, oh man, this is a waste of my time.
That's how
When she,
that's how come they don't want you guys going down there.
they don't.
Yeah.
Again, my own family doesn't want me traveling because
Yeah.
they want to be in control of me even on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sisters don't talk to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter is the only one that's like freaking happy for me.
It's because they don't want you to infect the other men that are around them.
Oh, it's too late. Like literally, like it's
That's
five of us.
that's
It's
why they
five
don't.
of us headed
That's
down there.
why they don't want to talk you to talk to them. Okay.
Hey,
You're gonna spread the infection.
I do.
I'll give you an easier way of understanding.
And we're gonna go
Me and
about 15
BGS
more minutes,
talked
guys,
about
and we're
this.
actually gonna get out of here. But go ahead, jump in.
Me and BGS already talked about this. So when you take a look at a family and you have a community and you are within that, if you have my uncles, they left Mississippi and went to Chicago. That
Mm-hmm.
whole branch of his side of the family went into poverty, which they were already in poverty, but you're taking away four guys plus my grandpa and putting them in a different state. Those are 5 incomes that you lost within your family tree. That's why women worry about it.
So women who actually like men do well with men. Okay, depends on the men. Okay, if they're not trained to acclimatize themselves to that men, they won't. Okay, so you can take a woman that does well with men in America and put her into Korea, she won't do well with men.
I definitely got to say, I think I agree with Lion, how Lion basically said it, because that's how I look at my family now, because I think I'm probably like the only male who no, actually I'm not even, I don't think we have any more males in my family. I really don't think we have any more, because like we have one that's gay, but like, we don't count him.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, he's already out. He's been out. So
he's been out. So that's what I'm saying. Like realistically, all the men, they basically right now, they either they live in Seattle, so you already know what that means. If he lived in Georgia or Florida, they either got they didn't get an FBA chick, they got like a Haitian chick, a Jamaican woman, one of the island kind of chicks. But that's it. Like all the women in my family.
Would you let Harry Tubman on your plantation if you're a slave owner?
No.
Damn.
Exactly.
Damn.
No.
That's deep. Oh man, that's deep.
No.
I mean,
that's cold.
That's why. I know. But the thing is, what I know is when they start fussing about it, they actually spread spread the word of freedom by doing it. Okay. Password bro. What's the password bro? Let me look. Oh shit. Okay, I can do this. Oh, what they talk about is nonsense. Let me go find out myself. You just spread it. That's why I call it.
I spread it to my little nephew and stuff. I was like, "Hey man, go do this and do this and do this," and he was like, "I'm trying to come out there with you, cuz." I was like, "Hey, well, one day you get your money if you can." So
yeah, you actually start spreading the ideas. You start breaking up the socialization.
Yeah, because I can see it, because like they really trying to get my little nephew. They really trying to beat him in. I'm trying to get him to come out.
I mean,
I'm trying to
all societies do the exact same thing. You have to socialize people for that society, and when something comes in that will actually wreck that socialization, you fight against it. It's obvious, okay? Everybody does it.
Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm aware of it now. That's all I'm saying.
Why do you think the Chinese are so strict about what information comes into their country?
Yeah, it makes sense now.
You have to.
Yeah,
you have to at this point. If you don't, man, if you do not have open lines of communication without any supervision, that's dangerous.
And it's the thing is, okay, people says I'm delusional. People says all this kind of stuff. Well, show me data. Prove me wrong. Not say I'm wrong. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chinese have the culture police.
Yeah, they do for a reason.
Yep.
And they will come look for your ass too.
And
the UK is not too far behind that shit either, because they will come look for you if you get out of pocket. Okay.
Overseas, black females think they can do what we do, but feminism has given them a gynocracy, and BGS said it best. The only place where those gynocratic rules and way of life work is on black men.
They have to be socialized. They have to keep in the
right.
That's why they don't like dating white women.
Gynocratic standards is what I meant.
Yeah,
BGS said, been telling us for decades, it only works on black men.
Black men, yeah.
They try to take that shit to white men, and now they trying to take it to Thailand. It doesn't work over there.
No, it doesn't.
Man, I heard it. So they going out there to Thailand. Them Thai men looking at her like, girl, you gotta remember, Thai men are really kind of skinny. Like, these ain't small dudes, but they ain't big dudes either. Like, so. Like, if you 180 pounds and the average Thai man is like
140, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the women that were over in Thailand were bigger, they were taller, they were heavier than most of the Thai men. A lot of those women were just it's just, and they just in the wrong. It's just they're not thinking of what they're doing, because they say these Thai guys are not looking for them. They're trying to date American guys. The American guys are looking for Thai women or other women. Yeah. And so they just and the reason why they're over there is because they feel they have some money, they feel safe, but it's just they're not thinking.
That's why you don't see black guys going to Jamaica looking for women. You don't see black guys going to Jamaica trying to trick and look for women. They don't do that. They don't want them down there. Okay. Get the same shit here.
Get the same shit here, basically. Like, they cook a little better though.
Yeah, dude. But the thing is, why go down to Jamaica to actually get a woman? I want something different. Okay.
Broski, hey, honestly, what they're cooking is gonna have you like not seeing all your years, bro. Like, they're not cooking healthy. Like, I mean, do you notice most Jamaican women? They're bigger, they're heavy. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna cheat on you. There's a
yeah. No, I believe in the cheat on me part now. For what I'm gonna say, for what I've seen, the most Jamaican people that I've seen, they cook pretty healthy on a. That's what I've seen.
Well,
But
the thing is, the way they cook is according to the work they have to do. They're raised and doing hard manual labor. Okay, that's what actually
Right.
kills you more faster than the food does.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that they used to call their food strong back foods and shit like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's why
You know,
my grandma taught me that when I was young. Okay, that's why you cook that way.
Hey, BGS, the last time I went out in Colombia, we were 28 deep because all her sisters, their husbands, and their friends, we all went out. We took over the bar. I was like, wait, how do y'all do this? They were like, come on down to the bar. It was all of them. It was like just like a family reunion.
Very family oriented, very connected.
Yeah, we roll out in big groups. Big groups.
Yeah, BGS. Do you not think that the UK and US they may as well do polygamy and polyamory?
No, it's not going to work.
Why not?
It's not going to work. It's because
not
your society's not set up for it.
I can tell you another reason it's not gonna work, bro, is because simple like this. If you still got 10 bad women, bro, who want 10 bad women?
The thing is, the Northern European society is based on nuclear families, okay? They're not extended families, okay? So to break that up, and your whole structure, city structure is based on nuclear families. To actually do that, you have to redo the whole structure.
10 rotten apples is still 10 rotten apples, bro.
That's like when black slaves or black people from Jim Crow came to the North, started breaking up their families, okay? It's because their extended kinship family structure cannot survive urban environments. That's what they found out in '68, okay? So it started to dissipate.
And another thing too, the ego and the pride. Like the ego and the pride, the black man, he's black. Like honestly, as long as the other woman doesn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a player, you can have about 7 women. You can have that rotation.
You can have it rotate, but the thing is what's going to happen. Okay, just say for instance that it's equally divided between men and women. Okay, and one guy has 7. Okay, what do the other 7 guys have? Other 7 guys have? They don't have women. What do they do?
Yeah, they're gonna turn over to society again.
No, or they don't have to turn up. They just leave. Yeah. And what happened to your society when 70% of your men leave?
Man, you talk about it all.
One time. What's going to happen to it?
You lose productivity. You lose productivity a little bit. That's what I'm saying. So I do understand what you're saying and why that's important. Like I say, you keep it to like a 1-2 limit. Like you get 2 women and we leave it at that. Personally,
even with productivity, okay. What's going to happen?
Why is polyamory? Why is polygamy on the rise then?
It's not really on the rise.
It's not on the rise.
It's not. It's basically you have people taking parts of polygamy, and it's a minority of people engaging in it. Most people in America engage in serial monogamy.
The only reason it's called polygamy and it does work is because the women are actually more polygamous and polygyny than you are. They're fucking 4 or 5 guys. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You just it's one big open relationship. Okay. So the guy that doesn't have a woman on paper, he's still getting his, probably from 2 or 3.
Correct.
And I was just going to say it because, like, I don't know. I hate to tell folks when I was out of visiting Japan, the way I started really seeing how Japanese women move, man, like that shit is scary and vicious, bro.
How do they move? I don't know.
Like, put like this now. That like, put like this depends on how the lady is, how good she looking is, right? So she at her boss, at her job, she does have that 1 or 2 guys she may necessarily she may be fucking, she may not be fucking, right? So she got that. Let's do the I don't know what you want to call that one dude, right? That's him, right? Then there's usually the quote unquote the good looking guy, right? See what I'm saying? Whatever, right? That's always in the background. Or the old flame would depend on, he may got me married, maybe not married, whatever, right? That's one guy. Then she got usually another, let's say, what is it? A store guy like that. I don't know if you want to call it like the grocery store guy, right? So basically, his whole job is like, all right, well, if it's free deals that's down there, basically, she get the hookup on all that, right? So that's basically the other dude that she fucking, right? And then let's say she got like time for like spare dudes, like random spare dudes that she can fit into the system. And that's usually how it goes, necessarily, right? And when you sit there kind of like noticing that, and it's like,
Yeah, and for the most part, most societies, okay, most guys cannot afford to be polygynous, right? According to the rules, okay, you can't afford to
Yeah.
take 4 or 5 women. You
Right.
can't afford to take care of one.
Yeah, because I'll keep to people who said I want polygyny. I'm like, bro, the amount of work it coming to feed 4 women
Yeah,
is incredible.
and their offspring, okay.
Yep.
And their offspring, right? Like
Okay.
it couldn't be one man. It would have to be a team of dudes because
Yeah.
you would need one dude out here fixing this while the other dude out here hunting this while somebody out here fishing this while somebody.
Yep.
You need a whole system, bro.
And most people suggest things that are not well thought out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the
It's only the
polygyny that you
1%
see
could be
now,
having polygamy like that.
So what?
the
Only the
majority of the
1%.
One at a time. Who's first?
I was saying only the 1% could be able to have 4 wives and stuff.
4 or 5 wives, and
Yeah.
the way it works in Africa, right? Basically, okay, you have a rich men that share a bunch of women, okay, they have a bunch of women, right, and a bunch of poor guys that share a woman, okay. It was called a village
Mhm.
wife, okay. Now she has sex with all these guys. Go ahead.
BGS, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's the world standard. The more I really sat there and really looked at Japan, it's the same setup. It's right. It's like they got like, what was it? Let's say the rich dudes, they got their little harem of women that's like, like 30 or 40 of them, whatever. They kind of get passed around them 30 dudes. Well, whatever set of dudes, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm gonna call it the next tier of women, whatever, right? They all sharing. These women are actively fucking all different guys, and stuff, but they acting like they ain't. But they claiming to be monogamous, right? See what I'm saying, right? And that's really the gene pool. If you want to be honest with you, that's really what it is.
Polygamous societies, basically what happens, especially because the Mormons tried it for a long time, with multiple wives and shit like that. They had to abandon it because the guys would actually leave. I'm not going to stay here and be alone, or stay here and not have benefits. Okay, they're going to leave. Okay, what happens when the men leave?
Yeah, basically that's basically what happened. Because I understand. It took me a minute to figure out when people are saying like, nah, in Japanese society, which K was word they keep using. It's very homogenous society, and
Homogenous. Yeah.
And no. When you actually there in the country, they focus on that word homogenous. I couldn't figure out what they really meant behind it. What they really meant is behind it. We know we fucking each other around here. Necessarily, we know these women out here cheating necessarily, and we know. I'm pretty sure we got some She probably had like 4 or 5 goddamn kids that ain't probably related to that one dude necessarily. So we say homogenous necessarily because everything ain't sticking out.
A homogenous society is very normal. China's probably more homogenous than Japan is. Okay, it's like 98. Yeah.
No, but
This
that's
is going
what I mean
on
when they say homogenous. That's really what they mean because
no, that's not what it is. It's not what it is.
No. I understand what you're saying. But what I mean is like that's what that's the hidden behind the word, but because they already understand it. It's a lot of quote unquote interfolk. All right,
No.
There's not a lot of kids coming out.
No. The homogenous society means you intermarry, become a one group of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal.
So what you're saying? You're seeing it go down.
What admixtures for it become one people. That's homogenous. Okay. Which is normal.
What you're seeing in France and Sweden, they already said it. Like guys aren't the fathers of the children.
Yeah.
So women are getting pregnant by other guys, and they refuse to do blood tests out there because they don't want to break their society. But what we're seeing when people are talking about polygamy or polygamists is the women are agreeing to work with each other. So it's not really the male.
Yeah.
That's in this. The women are agreeing to this, and he's just the extra benefit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even. How would you classify this?
The thing is, modern societies cannot work that way. Okay.
Yeah, costs too much.
Because you can't raise proper children that way. Okay. You can't raise a guy with 50 wives cannot raise children. Father all those children. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Better to have one husband and one wife and to actually raise the children. Okay.
Are you aware?
One at a time. Go ahead.
It's easier to have a side chick to go out on Saturday.
Even if you have a side chick, you want a one husband and one wife inside a quote unquote marriage. Okay. That's actually works better. Why it exists this way. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was going to say, are you aware that Elon Musk at the end of his life said that he would like to have about, I think it's 40 children?
He can afford it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So obviously the poly would work better with men who are high value, 6 figures and up.
And what? Okay, how many Elon Musk is a percentage existing even in the United States?
Less than 1%. Obviously less than 1%.
0.00 something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. That's why I said the 6-figure dude.
No, 6-figure dudes can't afford to do that shit. Okay.
Yeah, you're still not doing the social math. Like, I think you would apply this. If every dude is, let's say, quote unquote, they may not be getting like 40 fucking wives or whatever, right? You may not have that, but let's say they got 10, bro. If you do the mathematically, it's gonna be an imbalance. Then your society, so you're gonna have
well, I'm not saying 10 wives. I'm saying most people that are gonna do. Hang a minute. The people who are gonna do poly are not gonna have more than 2 or 3 wives.
And Elon Musk's wives are not actively dating or fucking him, is he? Are they?
No, exactly.
And Elon Musk doesn't have any wives. He just has women that he gets pregnant and set up for life.
He's a baby daddy, but baby mamas also date and marry and hook up with other dudes. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. So you still have that imbalance, bro, because you got so many dudes that you got so many chicks that say, like you said, it may not be, it may be 40 for Elon, maybe 5 for another, but you do 5 times 1,000 more times, bro.
Can you base a society of 300 million people on Elon Musk?
No.
I'm asking
you. We can't do that.
How many millions of people in the UK?
In the UK, there's 80 million people.
Can you base 80 million of the society, 80 million people on Elon Musk?
No, you can't.
Polygamy doesn't work. That's how come they don't actually actively encourage it.
But what my point is that people, in a sense, people do it. Most women complain that men cheat, and now we find that most men are realizing that women cheat more than men.
Polygamy is sanctioned and legal. Is this sanctioned and legal in the UK?
No, it's not sanctioned and legal. But I'm trying to say it comes in different forms because you have are you aware that you have open relationships?
Okay,
you have
go ahead.
Open relationships.
Okay, go ahead, man. Okay.
Yeah. And you have situationships. Hang on a minute. When we look at our fathers and our grandmas and our grandpas,
what percentage
always had a side chick?
Go ahead, man.
They had a side chick.
Give me numbers, man. Give me numbers, okay?
Most of our grandmas and most of our grandpas had a side piece.
That's a side piece, okay? And she's probably married.
So in a sense, it's a polygamy, isn't it?
No, it's not. A gammy is actually an organized system. Okay.
Yes. When did the word most become a number? Most. What does most quantify?
It's called feminism. Okay. When you say a gammy, a polygamy, or something like, or monogamy, it's a system of behavior.
We can
right?
even say polyamory. We can even say polyamory.
Polyamory is not a gammy. It's not a system. Okay. It's not a system. It's a behavior, but it's not a system. Okay. You cannot base a polygamy on a system, right? Okay. What happens when actually DNA comes into play? What happens to the kids?
Like I keep saying, it's the reason when y'all
What happens with the kids, especially with DNA, when the guy finds that he's raising somebody else's kid?
Murder was the case that she gave me. Murder.
You're gonna find less polyamory and polygamy with DNA than you did before.
Like I keep saying it, bro. Like when they said in Uganda, bro, if you introduce DNA testing to Uganda, we're gonna destroy the fabric of society. When I heard that, I knew them girls out there was hoeing, bro.
Okay. With UK Arsenal, would you be fine being in a committed relationship with your woman fucking other people?
No.
Even be made.
Why?
That'd be a joke.
Why?
I just wouldn't.
No. You got to have a reason why. It just doesn't work for me. Okay, that's feelings. Okay.
Well, okay. Let's see with it. If she comes back and says that she's pregnant and said it's mine.
Okay. Oh, that's one. Oh, that's one reason. So that's the only reason.
No, it's because a man's nature. A man's nature is territorial.
No, hang on a minute. That woman belongs to me. I don't want to share her with other men. Otherwise, I'll be in an open relationship.
Well, didn't you just say polyamory and polygamy would be good for the UK as a society?
Yeah, the UK and the US. I'm saying for some people. Yeah, I'm not.
No. That's not what you said. That's not what you.
I'm just saying.
That's not what you said. Is that what he said before?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But what I mean, obviously, I'm not saying for every single person.
I didn't say
That's
for
what
every.
you said.
It's a broad group, okay, and you're not comfortable with it. Why are you actually advocating for it?
I'm saying I think it would solve a lot of the issue, because I'm saying monogamy is failed miserably.
No. Hold on.
Hang on a minute. BGS.
UK. Calm down, man. Slow down.
I am calm.
No, you're not. Slow down. Slow down. Okay. You're talking over people. Calm down. Okay. We ask you a simple question. You're not for that shit. How many people are actually for that shit? Polyamory, polygamy.
All right then. So BGS, why do you think? Why do you think?
Let me finish. God damn it! How many guys in the UK are cool with having their woman fuck other people?
Getting blasted in.
Knowingly. Now hold on. Knowingly. Give me a percentage. How many guys are cool with that?
0.
No.
Hang on a minute. Most guys are not cool with it, but
51.
Swinging.
Hold on. 51%, 60%, 70%. What percentage do you think? Give me a percentage.
Numbers.
80% of men wouldn't be cool with it.
So the shit's not gonna work.
There's your answer.
You killed your own argument. That's why it won't work.
I'm not treating my own argument.
I'm asking you a question.
Let me talk.
You can't open the man.
You got 2 minutes, man. Go ahead and talk. You got 2 minutes. Go make your point.
All right, yeah, cool. Right. So why do you think swinging is popular? Why like I was saying, a lot of men cheat, a lot of women cheat. So I think in a sense people are already practicing in some sort of poly kind of thing anyway, or more. So, and like I say, the poly situation is on the rise. Open relationships are on the rise.
Where is swinging popular?
No. He got another minute. Let him finish.
Okay.
Finish. Got another minute.
Yeah. So
let him talk himself into a hole. Go ahead. Finish.
I've been to all sorts, so I can talk the way how I talk. I've done swinging. I've done dogging.
No. Okay, no. Let him finish.
Yeah.
What he's saying is bullshit. Actually, read poly journals. Most of that shit doesn't work. Why? Somebody gets jealous. Somebody falls in love and runs off. Okay, shit doesn't work. There's less than 1% of people. Less than 1%.
You got people in poly. You got YouTubers who are in poly relationships, like Ringo TV.
It don't work there. Most of that shit.
I read the fucking stats out of their own mouths. Less than 1% of this shit actually works. Less than 1%.
I'm just gonna be honest, because most people don't have the emotional. I'm gonna be honest. Most women don't have the emotional
or men
intelligence really, or men. I'm just saying general. I would say most men would do it better, but from what I've just seen in general, most women don't have the mental capacity to really know how to actually do that, have that kind of relationship. That's just on the women I've seen, right? And then most men, like I said, you have to probably train them from like childhood. If you train them like 10 years old, they got like a certain personality, you probably could adapt to it.
What I'm saying is, what man is actually going to take a woman seriously that she's fucking 5 other dudes?
Not gonna happen. Never
happen. You're not gonna take her seriously? Are you gonna marry that woman?
Nah.
Are you gonna live with that woman?
Probably. I mean, if you would define live with, you mean like in the same dwelling?
No, yeah, we're in the same dwelling. We're sharing bills and shit like that.
Oh, I mean, because at that point I'm looking at it like a roommate. That ain't no.
BGS, explain. All right, then explain this to me. Why do 50% of women that are married have a backup option?
Because they're hoes, bro.
Okay. What I'm saying is,
have a backup option. What do you think's happening? They're sleeping with that man every now and again.
Is she telling?
In case they file for divorce?
Is she telling her husband that she's sleeping with this dude?
Obviously, she's not.
Why?
Why do you think women leave marriages at 80-90%?
Why is she not telling him?
This is insane.
Why
because women are trying to be like men.
No, he'll leave. He won't stay with her.
Of course he'll leave. I'm just trying. No. Hang on a minute, BJ.
No.
Men are most likely going to leave. Yeah? Most men don't leave women.
Yes, they do.
Bro,
why is it that women leave 80-90% of the time?
I asked you, okay. I asked you, would you be cool knowing that your wife or your girlfriend has to fucking another dude? Would they be cool?
Said no.
What would you do if she did?
You leave her.
I would leave. No.
Answer the
statistics say that. You're wrong. The statistics say that they stay.
That's the question I asked you. No, they wouldn't. They leave. They left. They don't stay with her.
I'm out of here.
Oh my God.
Bro, I mean, but like at this point, man, it's just better to go ahead and say I made a mistake, bro, and just own up to it. Cause right now you kind of embarrassing yourself.
You disprove your own argument. Dude, I've been doing this shit for 20 years. I know better. I don't just sit up here and talk. I read. Okay?
Tell me the stats of men that leave their women.
What?
Okay.
In marriage.
Okay. When women file for divorce, men don't leave because they're committed to the marriage. Okay, but they're not gonna stay with a woman that's actually cheating on them openly.
Correct.
Women that cheat better than men.
Calm down. It doesn't matter. She's not gonna openly cheat with no dude. Okay,
you changing subjects, dude.
Yeah, her life, London.
You wouldn't do it. How many of your friends will actually say what a man did with her fucking two or three other dudes, or your friends that you know?
Exactly.
London, why are you silent now, bro?
No.
Hang a minute. I have a friend called Michael who stayed with his woman, yeah, and he more or less found out that she was cheating.
He found. Is she still cheating openly?
Is she actively cheating on that man? Like
openly.
Do they have kids together?
No.
No, they don't have kids together. But
that's not the question we asked you, bro. We asked you the question. Is this person named Michael?
Is she still actively sleeping with other men?
Not as far as I'm aware of, but I don't know. Let me tell you. I live in.
No. Hold on. Hey, stop.
They live in Bristol, so obviously I'm not around.
Stop. Okay. Why did he stay with her?
Come on, answer the question, brother.
Well, he stayed with her because he relies on her. That's probably.
Oh shit!
So did he allow her to actually keep the man?
No, what's your definition of rely?
Hold on. Do you allow her to keep the man?
Come on.
I answered your question.
Answer it.
I answered it. I said
no, you didn't. You didn't.
But he still said that's as far as I know.
No, dude, I listened very carefully. You didn't answer.
You don't. I said that she stayed. I don't know anything else different. I don't.
Well, say
I'm not in her life.
Say I don't know then. And don't use him.
Yeah, then how you gonna bring up Michael, bro? That's not cool, bro.
Is he the only example you got?
He found out he was cheating, okay, and he took her back, okay.
Yes. So they split and they took her back.
Whoa! Is she still openly doing it?
I answered your question. You asked me the same
No,
question.
you
I said,
didn't.
I don't know.
You don't.
Not as far as I know.
Within,
You're asking me dumb questions.
no, it's not a dumb question.
That's not a dumb question, bro. That is not a dumb question.
The answer is moot then.
He gave an
Bro, you only
exception
brought
to the
up.
rule. He's using it as the rule.
Thank you. He brought up one guy.
No, hang on a minute.
Hold on.
Hang on a minute. If a man cheats on a woman, does he stop cheating? Most of the time, he doesn't. Yeah, he just gets smarter. Just like how.
You're changing the genders. You're changing the subject.
Okay, Mike.
They just get smarter.
UK. Okay. Would that woman openly allow that man to cheat on her? Openly. As a
main word was open, bro.
Now, a rich dude can do that shit because she wants to keep that money. Okay, rich dude can do that shit. Okay, an average dude can he openly cheat on his wife openly?
Hey, BGS, I have a great question.
No. Obviously, he can't openly. Nobody does stuff openly. It's a silly thing to say. Nobody openly does. Within
polyamory and polygamy does not work. Okay, as a system. Okay, doesn't work. That's why they don't do it. That's why people cheat the game. Okay, or cheat.
That's why we call it cheating.
Right? Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so London or UK. So my question about Michael: can you describe his race? Is Michael white? Is he Pakistani?
No, he's black. He's black.
What is he, bro?
He's
like
black.
This guy.
He's black.
He's black.
He's black.
Like, is he Jamaican? No, I'm asking you: is he Jamaican in descent? Is he Nigerian? What do you? How well do you know Michael?
Like, he's my friend.
Ancestry, bro.
He's my friend.
How well do you know your friend?
How long
I know
do you
him
know
well
him?
enough because I met him when I was
How well do you know your friend? Is you like your best friend, like your mate?
He's not my best friend, but I don't know what relevance this is.
It does. In other words, we should know more about his circumstances than this.
If you're gonna use him as an example.
No, I use him as an example. Exactly. We live in a different area. We don't live in the same area.
You don't know.
Just like how you have New York and you have California.
You don't know him
California.
They have
don't know him that well.
I'm not around him every day. I'm around his wife.
They have
telephones every day, so I don't know what she does.
They have telephones. They have emails. They have voice chat. They have all kind of shit, man. You can find out.
I'm saying what he's told me.
Exactly. You don't know him that well.
Bullshit.
You don't know him that well,
bro. That's wild, bro.
I know him well. I haven't told you 95% of the things about him, but I only said that his woman cheated, and then you start asking me about
why
is he this, is he that, is he this, is he that? It's basically irrelevant.
Hey, no, it's not irrelevant. There's a reason for that. There's a reason I asked this goddamn thing. Okay, it's not irrelevant. Okay, men take cheating women back all the time if she stops openly doing that shit. Okay. They do it all the time, okay? Because it's too expensive to get rid of her. They'll accept it back under conditions. That's what counseling and all that kind of shit is for, right? But men do it all the time. It's called cost benefit analysis, right?
Yeah.
I got a house, I got a mortgage, I got 3 fucking kids that actually need a mother, okay?
Yeah.
I know how I feel, but the thing is, what's the downside to that? So men think logically, okay, it's better for me to actually forgive her and keep her.
Yeah, it's cheaper to keep her.
They wrote a whole song about it called
BGS, what do most men do if they caught their woman cheating? They'll attack the guy who's cheating.
UK, stop over talking people, okay?
Yeah, UK. Brother, you gotta fall back a little bit, pour you some hot Earl Grey, kick your feet up, relax a little bit, brother. With love from the States, brother.
You just jumped over like 4 people by doing that, okay? I know you want to get shit out. The thing is, you already killed your argument, but it's okay, okay?
Hey, BGS.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I apologize, man. This is all my fault. I just wanted a quick link for the hot second. You said you were going to go 30 minutes. You had 3 hours. This is on me, man. You can put it on me, brother.
The thing is, you killed your own freaking argument, man, by what you said about your own personal life, okay?
I don't. I don't understand. What about this topic, today's lesson, that made so many people want to come out to argue against you? You know what I mean? I caught up on all your video. I was watching it like 2.5 speed, and I just realized how many people's been arguing with you the whole time. It's just
It's because the shit that bothers them will come up, okay, get activated, right, and branch out into something else, okay. I've been studying this shit since I'm fucking 15 years old. That's like over 50 years, man. I know better. Okay, I've seen this shit. Too many women. Okay, I know why you guys take women back and actually dump them. Okay, you cannot do this shit openly.
Because I keep trying to tell these cats like when I but like they have like if you know go down to like northern Nigeria, they heavy on the polygamy, right? I know a guy, right? He has 10. I think he has 10 wives. I think he had like 30 or 40 some children, right?
Yeah.
Like, but when he got, I think when the eldest son got to age and said, right, when he got to like 20 or whatever, 23 with it, right? He was like, he got all the family DNA tested. He was like, man, 12 of these kids belong to my dad. That's good. That's good odds.
Yeah.
So he already knew. He already knew as one of the eldest children. He was like I'm pretty sure some of these kids ain't gonna be my father.
Of course, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like even when I hear people say quote unquote a polygamy and whatnot, I really be honest. I'm on to God. I'm like, then you still getting F. You getting F in the worst way because God forbid you only have one cheating woman. Now you got 8 cheating women necessarily, right? And you paying for all of them. Oh God,
it's because the society is set up for that. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Big facts. Hey, you said it. I'm the eldest. I'm Haitian. My dad, man, he did it. I think there was the old school way that they used to do it here in the States back in like the 40s. He'll have a girl on that side of the city, a girl on that side of the city.
Yeah.
Found out my father passed. He passed kind of young a couple years ago. It was like 63. And then it was after he passed, we found out we had about like three or four other siblings around. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's dependent on the culture, and how the culture kind of revolves around it. He was doing.
I think culture be down, but no women still gonna do it because every time I looked in like every civilization, even if he was the king still had the concubines. They still have to have the concubines off from the other people because concubines gonna concubine.
The thing is, you want to make sure that if you're gonna pass down wealth, it's your DNA. That's what you want to do.
Big facts. Legacy.
But it's the thing. The reason in black slave cultures they did that shit is because the men actually died early.
Yeah.
The average age of man was actually 31.
Yeah.
But the father dies too early, and she's still fertile. And she still got kids. She got to find another man.
And it takes time for culture to catch up with,
And sometimes it got to be somebody else's man, as long as you're going to help. Okay. That's what happens. Okay.
Yeah, and then back in Haiti too, he was doing pretty well for himself. Like he was sitting on some good money, so
some good money.
Yeah,
so he can afford.
So he can afford to have all them. Exactly.
And most of the Haiti people couldn't. Okay.
Yep.
The average guy couldn't. Okay. There's a reason for that. Anyway.
Hey, bro, when my Nigerian homie told me, he was like, hey, bro, we talking about how many kids was his daddy and how many kids that wasn't, and he was like, those was good odds.
Yeah.
That changed my whole perspective on how he looked at he said them some good odds. Now I think most of the kids was his dad, but he had like a couple of them kids, like he was like 3 or 4 of them kids that wasn't his dad. So I'm looking at him like, and his dad most likely paid for all them kids to go to school and everything, right? But I mean his dad had money.
Yeah.
But
hey,
bro.
If your society is set up for it and you're willing to accept it, that's fine. Okay. But the West is not. It's not set up for that.
I damn sure ain't, bro. Hey, bro, I ain't paying for no. If I squirt it, I gotta pay for it, bro. If I ain't squirt, I'm not paying for it, big boy.
And the modern women are just as bad as the men are as far as cheating and kind of concept.
Yeah,
can even be a boyfriend. Okay.
Yeah, and then they're big on that pre-select shit. Every time I go out with my wife, you don't know how many females my wife is fighting off of me. I turn, she walks away to go to the bathroom and see them females pull up on me. Hey, what's your name? Come on, girl.
Yeah.
You saw my girl here. Come on.
Yeah. And they chase them off in a heartbeat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if I say you don't want to try that shit in America, but like if you wanted to necessarily make your problems like exponentially worse in America, try that. Like, I really believe try that necessarily. it'll last for about a good 20, 30 years now.
Anyway, closing thoughts, folks, so I can get out of here.
Yeah. Let BGS go home. Help his son, grandson out on the school, man. Come on, y'all got to get off this man's panel.
Yeah. The thing is, you got to recognize when your argument is dead. I hate people keep arguing the same thing. Don't recognize you just killed your own argument. Of course, answer your own questions. Okay.
BGS, why the lights off? Because you turned them off. Why the lights off? Because I turned them off.
Turn them off. Hey, wait a minute. I got one for it. Okay, hold on. Okay, see if I can find her. Okay.
You know, honestly, Michael has nowhere else to go. That's why he kept that.
No,
God damn.
The cost benefit analysis, find out it's cheap. It's better to keep.
It was cheaper to keep her. It was cheaper to keep her.
Yeah, so he didn't do it lightly. Okay, she had to make concessions. Okay. But anyway.
Good evening. Your time now is 10:52. I'm Jeanette Reyes. We told you at 7:52. I don't want to hold you. We told you at 8:52. Don't let me keep you. This just into our newsroom. You are not obligated to go to your place of residence as your final destination, but it certainly cannot be here.
Ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. Closing thoughts for us real quick.
Hey, I appreciate you taking me up for 2 times in a row, BJS. You have a good night, all right?
All right, appreciate you.
Panel, peace out.
I'm going to go ahead and say appreciate everybody. Appreciate BJS to the panel. I'm in this Theo class. It's been whooping my ass for the last little bit. So this is my first off day. So I'm enjoying my off day today.
It's cost benefit analysis. It's worth it. Okay?
Amen. So I'm going to go ahead and say appreciate that to everybody. I'm going to go back to studying. All right.
All right. Anybody else?
I would say, man, use your passport, make a plan.
Yeah.
Become a trader, do whatever you need to do. Theo is the man. Keep learning every day. Make your plans, travel, get up out of here. Thank you, BGS.
Yeah. Hey, go where the ground is fertile, man.
Yeah, where you want it.
Where you want it, yeah. Not where you tolerate it, okay?
Go where you celebrate it and not tolerate it.
Where you tolerate it, exactly. That's one thing I agree with her, okay? Anybody else? Nope. All right. We are gone, okay?
What can I say? Mamba out.
Музыка Денис Шипер.